Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we got a twofer for the people. We have recurring guest, Brian Baumgartner. I don't know if I say his name correctly every time because it's Madison Baumgartner. So
Brian Baumgartner.
Kevin from The Office. Great guest, in person. Awesome to have him in here. We also have Kenny Pickett, Pitt quarterback, maybe potentially top 10 pick. He's climbing up the draft boards. This is, I don't want to say the G word, but it is our grooming process here. We're getting in with Kenny Pickett before Kenny Pickett blows up.
Why don't we change like how we phrase that? We're baiting him.
Yeah, we're becoming friends with him early on enough that when he becomes the starting quarterback for an NFL franchise next year, we can be like, that's our guy.
And then after 3 years, we make him give us 10% of his contract.
Josh Allen. Shout out Josh Allen. All right, we're going to talk Monday Night Football, talk some college football, hot seat, cool throne, and then a special Wednesday reading because we were going to do it Monday, but we ran long because it's Football Mondays. So packed show for you, and we're brought to you by our friends at Tostitos. Listen, Tostitos has created Romo in your ear, a Bluetooth earpiece that helps a football novice in your life get in on the game. Who's a football novice? That one friend who has nothing to say during the game, always loses in fantasy, has just horrible takes time and time again. During a game this season, one football novice will actually get to listen and repeat smart football-y stuff directly from Tony Romo in real time. I bet you're wondering, is the device a tiny replica of Tony Romo's head? Yes. A teeny tiny Tony Romo is literally going to be in your friend's ear. Tostitos wants to help to find the perfect football novice to win the only earpiece. So if you know someone who could use Tony Romo in their ear, Romo in your ear, have them go to Tostitos.com/Romo and enter a chance to win. As the official chip and dip of the NFL, Tostitos is helping one football novice get in the game. Go to Tostitos.com/Romo and enter for a chance to win. Romo in your ear. Tostitos is the greatest chip ever created. Tostitos, we eat it every single Saturday, every single Sunday, every single day. Tostitos, hint of lime. Tostitos, all their salsa, their dip, everything. They're the official chip and dip of the NFL, so thank you to Tostitos. Okay, let's go.
Now in the street there is violence and a lot of work to be done. No place to hang out or washing, and then I can't blame all on the sun. Oh no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Tostitos. Go right now to Tostitos.com/Romo to get a chance to win Romo in your ear. Today is Wednesday, November 17th. And PFT, I have a question. Are we sure the Rams are good?
I don't know. I think that Odell Beckham has found himself in a situation that Odell Beckham doesn't deserve. And I think that we need to have an honest conversation about whether or not the Rams are doing enough to put enough pieces around Odell Beckham.
There was a moment during Monday Night Football where they zoomed in on Odell Beckham, and I don't think this is what he was thinking, but I could see someone in his spot thinking this, being like, damn, maybe it is me. That moment where you're like, maybe I'm the reason for all these toxic relationships.
Definitely not. That's I can guarantee you 100% that's not what Odell Beckham was thinking.
No, I know, but the face,
that's what I would have been thinking.
Yeah, his face in that moment was like a reasonable person would be like, is it me?
Right.
Am I the one here?
Right, like if hypothetically I had an old show on Sirius that only lasted for one episode, and then after that I had a show on ESPN2 that lasted for one episode.
Only it's me.
Maybe I would start to think it's me. I know I have that sort of self-awareness. Odell Beckham doesn't, but I think in reality, what last night just kind of confirmed for us, which we're so fucking dumb that we haven't realized this yet after, how many years you've been watching football? Like 30?
All my life.
I've been watching football for probably like 32 years.
Yeah. My actually my son for the first time yesterday or Saturday said, "Dada, football," and I was like, "That's
I love
it.
that.
I'm done.
He's a football guy.
I figured it out." But he didn't want to actually watch. But he just acknowledged the fact that that's all I do.
Yeah, no,
I think he just associates it with like, Dada sits there and he watches football.
That's all he needs to know in life.
Yes,
he's already probably a better gambler than you are.
Yeah. Oh,
so
duh.
I would,
everyone is.
I would think that after all this time spent watching football, we'd finally understand that like even good teams suck
Well-
in the NFL. The amount of parity that there are like 3 teams that usually are better than the bad teams, but then 3 weeks a year, those 3 good teams are actually much worse than even the worst teams.
Okay, so I agree with you, and it's true. There's always these clunkers. You saw the Cowboys last week lose to the Broncos. I think the Cowboys are a good team. We talked about many times about the Packers and what happened week 1 against the Saints. The Rams, though, I think the Rams, we got a little fooled from that week 3 win against the Bucs. So if you actually look at the Rams, and I think there's a little bit of Sean McVay and Matt Stafford, what a great story. They have Aaron Donald. The Rams passed the test of random team you don't root for that you can name a ton of guys from.
Yeah.
So the random team that you don't root for that you know a bunch of guys on the roster will always seem better in your brain because you're like, well, yeah, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, all those guys, Matt Stafford, Whitworth. You can just start listing all these guys. They're not your team, so you think they're good. But I look back, right? The Rams, if you take out the Bucs win, which was phenomenal, it goes back to Hank when the Patriots were at their peak of their dynasty, and you guys would always make fun of teams that won a big game in September. You'd be like, well, they won the Week 3 Super Bowl. The Rams won the Week 3 Super Bowl. They beat the Bucs. They beat them very, very soundly at home. The rest of the Rams' resume at this point, they have not beaten another team over 500. Mm-hmm. They have beaten a combined, so every team that they've beaten, the best team they've beaten besides the Bucs is the Indianapolis Colts. Their record for the rest of their schedule, if you take out the Bucs win, is 15-39-1.
Okay.
They have beaten some of the worst. They've beaten the Lions, the Texans, the Bears, the Geno Seahawks, and the Giants. Like, these are teams that you wouldn't be saying these are the best teams in the NFL, and they've had tests against the Cardinals, got smashed, tests against the Titans get smashed, and then go into a Monday Night Football game where I know Billy said it was a clowning. It was not a clowning. It was a whooping, and it was man football.
Yeah.
And we had a sad field goal at the end by Sean McVay, who then did an onside kick.
It was a whopping.
Yeah.
It was a whopping, not quite a whooping. I think the difference between these two teams is the Los Angeles Rams are like a basketball team playing football. The Niners are like a football team playing basketball.
Or they're a football. They're both basketball teams, but the Rams are playing with point guards and the Niners are playing with power forwards.
No, the Niners are a football team playing basketball.
Yeah,
they're just
but they're power forwards.
They're just running you over.
George Kittle on Von Miller.
Yeah, now
that was
be careful, Big Cat,
incredible.
Because we have a truther. We have a highlight
22?
truther in the house, and of course it's Hank, our resident hater on
he
all
hates
of our friends.
Yeah.
This is because
Do you already hate Kenny Pickett?
This is because I care about our recurring guests.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember. Von Miller has been on the show multiple times, had some hilarious moments.
Yeah, that's true. His dad, he called his dad.
So like
they
that,
don't kiss?
I'm confused by your statement.
You're right. Actually, you're right. I mean,
And
would
if you watch the
consider
video,
Greg
I
a
love
friend?
George Kittle probably more than you guys. He won me money. I bet him to score the first touchdown.
Fact,
hit.
No,
winner.
I love him so much. I told him some honest truths when I said National Tight End Day has become too commercialized. It's like the Hallmark holiday now. We need to get
That's
back
his
to
holiday,
grit.
and you're hating
Yeah,
on it. So you're
I'm
a
just
hater.
saying. We need. It's a great holiday.
Well, if you make a holiday, why wouldn't you commercialize it? That's the fucking point.
Because it dilutes the meaning of the holiday, Hank.
I love him so much.
That's what holidays are.
I love him.
Do you love
is
Valentine's
Christmas too
Day? Do you think
commercialized?
Valentine's Day is still a lot of fun when you can't get a
I don't
reservation
anymore.
anywhere?
No, I don't.
Yeah, damn, shit. Got
Sorry.
you there. I love George Kittle so much. I bet him shoes on Iowa, Wisconsin, and I thought for a second I wasn't going to make him pay, but then I'm going to make him pay. But that's how much I love him.
Anyway, I watched the video, clicked the video. It's like George Kittle pancake block. And you can just see the fullback run full speed into Von Miller, and that's what tipped him over. I love George Kittle. I think he would agree. I think if we called him right now.
No, his hand placement was perfect on the block.
Look at this again.
If you watch it, it is very clear that they're going back and forth. What do you call it? What's it called, Billy?
The chip block?
The chip block was very clearly what tipped Von Miller
He did
over.
not. No. The chip block pushed him off to the side. But are we going to take that out on
It's
Kyle
one and a
Juszczyk
half. It's
for
1.5
fulfilling
versus
his
one.
assignment?
No,
now?
I'm not. I'm just saying people are clowning Von Miller unnecessarily. It's not fair
No,
to
that's
our recurring
49ers
guest.
football. They're doing the things that they always do.
It's a perfectly executed chip block.
Okay,
The
so
49ers
yes.
always do this, where they have all their players, their wide receivers, their running backs, their tight ends. Everybody plays in that offense at times like they're an offensive lineman. And it's a beautiful thing to watch when the running game is working like that. And that's what we saw last night.
The fullback helped, but this was like George Kittle got his hands at the perfect place and drove him through Von Miller.
100%. I just think it'd be a lot different. I would speak differently about it if it was a 1 versus 1. It was a 1.5. It was a 1.5 versus 1.
We'll settle this.
Okay, but you know what? He's such a good guy. He's probably going to be. He's going to give
9:30 local time.
I already texted him this morning because I need those shoes. I got to resell them. No, I'm just kidding.
Is your phone on?
Yeah, go speaker.
Shit. Sorry. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, we're taping part of my take right now.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, that was PFT.
Hey, Greg.
We're talking about Monday Night Football, and Hank's taking credit away from the Von Miller block. He's saying it was more the fullback than you.
Well, it was Monday night. That means it's Monday Night Raw, so we were just out there tag teaming fools.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thank
you're
you.
going to give, but would you say when we pop in the film, that was also a perfect block from you?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah, Greg, wasn't your hand placement perfect on that block?
My outside hand was my inside hand was a little outside, but as long as you keep your feet running and moving vertically, they're not going to call holding.
Last question. If you played a game of pickup basketball tomorrow and we gave you 10 fouls and then you're fouled out, how quickly would you foul out?
10 possessions.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Love
thank
it.
you. All right, love you. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you guys.
All right, see ya.
Bye, Greg.
All right, so we settled
that
it.
settles
Tag team.
both arguments, really.
Yeah, we all were right.
Everyone's right,
Sure.
as
Good
usual
job. Hey,
on the
clap
show.
up for ourselves. That's some analysis you don't get everywhere else.
Never been wrong.
Damn. Never been owned online.
Nope.
All right, but yeah, I think the Rams have a real problem. I don't know. I've been the person who has talked the most about Matt Stafford's legacy and the numbers that he's going to amass, but Matt Stafford, and it sucks for the Lions because they keep getting ricochet shots, but when he plays poorly, it's Lions Matt Stafford. And you had the bonus of him running 5 yards past the line of scrimmage last night, strafing like he's in Call of Duty, and then trying to throw a pass.
Well, he ran backwards.
Yeah, well, he went
crossed
forward,
and then he was like
backwards,
psych.
then he strafed.
Yeah, he pulled a psych and tried to go backwards, and then Phillip Rivers was like, it was perfect that Phillip Rivers was on the Manning cast at that point because that is a play that Phillip Rivers would make.
Yes.
That's like right out of his playbook. I don't know. Matt Stafford he didn't look healthy last night.
Oh, you do that for him?
Yeah, I think that I might be the first to do that.
Nice.
I mean, if you saw his throws, though, he didn't look like the Matt Stafford that we know. Part of that is because they don't have Robert Woods anymore, and Odell Beckham.
Every team's got injuries,
Odell
PFT.
Beckham is not Robert Woods.
Every team's got injuries.
Odell Beckham does not deserve to play on a team without Robert Woods. If he knew that Robert Woods would not be on that team, Odell Beckham never would have signed that contract.
I'm just saying.
Free Odell.
My point is, we anointed the Rams very quickly because we love it. We love the story. We love Matt Stafford. We love McVay. What can he do? He's unleashing. We love the fact that they dominated the Bucs week 3. Looking at what they've done, and the nice thing about the NFL is we get to prove it all because they play against the Packers in a week after their bye week. But I am officially moving the Rams off of a team that I feel strongly about that could go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so they might not go to the Super Bowl, but we also should have seen this coming a little bit because this happens, I feel like, every year. Like Kyle Shanahan, if there's one coach that he owns, it's Sean McVay.
Yeah.
So the Niners stink
But
at home.
this is the Titans' loss, too.
They haven't. Yeah, but I'm saying Kyle Shanahan has not won a game at home in the last, I think he's 0-8.
It was 0-8 in the last 8.
In the last 8, with the exception of when he plays Sean McVay at home, and he's 2-0.
But
at that point, I think that it's. We can't overreact the other way and be like, the Rams stink, throw them out of here, they're awful.
No, they don't.
Because we're going to see them play.
Wait, they don't stink. But what I'm saying is, this is not just last night. It's the Titans game too. The Titans did the same thing to them, and then I looked back and I was like, why do I keep thinking the Rams are a Super Bowl contender? And then I looked at their schedule. I'm like, what have they done besides that Week 3 win that shows me that they're an elite team? And you're right. There's a lot of teams that can beat, it's any given Sunday. But I think the Cowboys and the Packers in the NFC I feel confident about. And I'd throw in the Bucs just because you never count out Tom Brady. And in the AFC, I would say the Titans, the Ravens, and the Patriots. And if you want to throw in the Chiefs, the Bills. We keep forgetting about the Bills. They lost to the Jaguars.
That was
kills
a bit.
me.
We're just doing a bit with the Bills right now.
But I think I am officially taking the Rams out of my feel confident. I could see a world where they get to the Super Bowl.
Well, because they're soft.
They are.
The Rams are soft. They're a basketball team playing football.
And we know all their names.
And they'll be able. Well, every like 5 years, we need to have a reminder in our brains that whatever coach is now starting to put together dream team like situations, just assembling all the good old players like it's fantasy football. We just need to remind ourselves that as good as it looks sometimes, that it's not actually a good way to build a team for the long term.
No,
there's never been a team that's had like a prolonged, like a successful 3 or 4 seasons based off just signing every free agent,
correct,
and collecting everybody else.
What are you gonna say, Hank?
I'm not a math guy or a nerd, but the odds, there's never a home team Super Bowl until last year. The odds of it happening 2 years in a row have to be pretty fucking high.
There's zero.
No, I'm saying
it's
the odds.
Happened.
I'm saying the odds of it happening 2 years in a row have to be crazy.
Yeah, it's zero because it's never happened.
I don't think that's how odds
back
work.
to back.
Yeah, no, that's how.
No, if something's never happened, it will never happen.
Yeah, 0%.
That's how we do all of our gambling.
Got it.
Yeah. I know the overreacting, but I am taking them away from my top 3 teams in the NFC because we've just thrown them in. The Cardinals are better than the Rams right now. They've dealt with a bunch of injuries.
Let's play a game called Who's Harder because we've already established that the Rams are soft at times. The Cardinals kind of have that softish vibe to them sometimes.
But they can kind of run the ball sometimes.
Are the Cardinals harder?
I think the Cardinals are harder than the Rams.
I think they are too. I would say that the Seahawks might be harder than the Rams.
Yeah, they might be. Mm-hmm. You're right. They might be the softest team in the West.
The Buccaneers, softer?
Harder. Absolutely. When their defense is playing, like, their defense has a shitload of injuries, but I just think of what they did to the Chiefs and, like, how hard they hit everyone. And they're a team, when they're playing, when their defense is clicking, they're a team where I start to, like, actually worry about the other team's health. Saints are harder than absolutely. The Saints are no longer. The Saints used to be the soft team of like the soft good team of the NFL. That is completely thrown out the window. They're hard as fuck.
Yeah, I think the Giants are harder than the Rams.
Yes,
easily.
So who's softer? Texans.
Texans soft. Well, I'm just talking strictly NFC teams.
Okay, strictly
out of all
NFC.
the good NFC teams,
I think they're the softest.
They're the softest.
Yeah. Yes.
Mystery solved.
All right. Let's talk some. Oh, we also had, speaking of the Cowboys, the monkey butt game. We called it that Mike McCarthy was going to get into his bag of tricks, passing around monkey butt.
It was red ass week in Dallas.
Yeah.
It was red ass.
The
so
guy
he handed
is
out like
unbelievable.
calamine lotion and talcum powder.
Credit to Mike McCarthy. He's kind of realized that X's and O's and timeouts are not his thing, so motivation has to be.
Yeah, no, he's doing a great job. He's pulling out all the stops. This is officially Mike McCarthy going, like, leaning in 100% to the stuff that Jerry Jones will never tell him how to do.
Mike McCarthy is essentially just PJ Fleck of the NFL now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to build this program.
Yeah, guess what we're going to do? We're going to have a word of the day every day. And then I want somebody to do something at practice that reminds me of that word.
Yes.
We're reaching just like motivational quotes on the wall, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
And Billy, you had something that you were going to say about monkey butt and about red ass week. I remember when I told you about red ass week, you were saying like something about the ingredients in the monkey butt formula.
Oh, monkey butt's actually like great for chafing.
Oh, nice.
It's just like an actual great product.
I just love that.
Free ad? That's okay.
Send Billy some monkey butt.
Yeah.
I love that Mike McCarthy.
I honestly don't know what monkey butt
So-
is.
It's like Gold Bond, right?
Yeah, it's like a liquidish gold bond type thing. So the
What was Mike
Cowboys got
McCarthy
their
doing
ass
with it?
kicked so bad by the Broncos that he declared that it was red ass week around Dallas.
Need some monkey butt around
So
here.
he put up like pictures of baboons with their giant buttholes. There's those like red giant buttholes everywhere, and it's like put this on your butt so it doesn't get chafed.
Yeah. You got your butt smashed.
It's next level football stuff.
Yeah. And what happened?
I'm fired up.
They came out and won.
Yeah.
They came out and killed
Due
the
to
Falcons.
supply chain issues, Joe Biden hasn't been providing enough watermelons in supermarkets. So Mike McCarthy was like, I can't smash
had
anything.
to
Might
go
as well get some monkey butt.
Plan B, monkey butt. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm a full-on believer in the Cowboys now. Like, and you're
I've been for the majority of the year. Like they are when they're clicking, they have every piece that you need to play with the top teams.
This is 100% what you need Mike McCarthy to be doing to optimize success for your team. Is keeping him away from all the actual play design and play calling.
It's also, and now I'm going to knock on wood for the Cowboys fans out there because I don't want to jinx it, but it is nice because the Cowboys have always felt like the team that every single year it's like they had all the talent and then people got hurt. And now you're actually seeing all the talent on the field.
Yeah.
Like Michael Gallup coming back, which is crazy that they, a team with this many offensive weapons just adds Michael Gallup. They have everything.
I also think it'd be fair to say that if Mike McCarthy wins a Super Bowl in Dallas, you can pretty clearly point to the fact that Aaron Rodgers is a system quarterback and only won his national championship with Mike McCarthy as his head coach.
And that would be the first. Wouldn't that be the first head coach to win with 2 teams? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
I think it's the first. It would be the first NFL head coach to win a Super
Did
Bowl with 2
Belichick
different
win one
teams.
with the Browns?
With 2 different teams. I don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Huh.
Who would have won with 2 different teams? There's either a very obvious one I'm completely missing, and I'm going to sound like a total fucking idiot, or I am absolutely correct, and I pulled this one out of my monkey butt.
Close.
Pulled this one out of my monkey butt. Jake?
I'm looking. There were 6 coaches who have taken different teams.
Yep. But one with 2 different teams. I don't think so. I think I'm correct.
I don't think so.
I think you could just Google, has a coach ever won a Super Bowl with 2 different teams?
Yeah, it's just this article.
And if I Google it, Jake?
Vince Lombardi.
No.
Who are the coach? The coach for Denver.
Don Shula.
John Fox lost both.
Yep.
Nope.
It
Mike
hasn't
Shanahan.
happened. No.
Bill Parcells went 2-1.
Nope.
But
Nope.
Did he win?
Nope.
Yep.
Haven't
Don
done
Shula,
it. Haven't done
2-4.
it. I was
so far, no coach has ever won a Super Bowl with 2 different franchises.
There we go.
So
Mike McCarthy would technically be the greatest coach of all time.
Well, he would be a very good coach, and it would also diminish Aaron Rodgers' legacy. Is what I'm getting at.
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely, anything.
And Skip
I'll
Bayless would
say
be so
for
happy.
Hot seat, cool throne. We talk about legacies and institutional chaos.
I want to see Skip Bayless just happy for once in his life.
Yeah.
I want to see him just experience pure joy.
Well, no, Saturday night date night with Ernestine when they sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, well, it's in the same room.
Same room.
They push the beds
Yes,
together.
Yes. All right, let's do some college football talk. We're getting down to it. 2 weeks left in the regular season. I think, Cincinnati fans, you are now officially in we will get totally, totally screwed zone because Oklahoma's loss was enormous for Cincinnati, and the way it's shaping up, I think Cincinnati could actually do this. I think they could actually do this. I think there's enough losses out there that they could actually do this. I still think they wouldn't get over a 1-loss Power 5 team,
No.
but I think they could do it because I think there's enough losses to be spread around that they could actually get in. They haven't done anything on the field to actually make us be more confident in it. It's more that everyone else.
Right. Even their wins haven't been that impressive.
No, they haven't covered the spread in forever.
I still think it's going to be a Big Ten team's going to get in.
Yeah, so it's
and
going
we're
to be
have to wait. We're recording this right now before the rankings come out.
Yes,
but we can tell just from what they've done in the past that they do not like poor schools. They do not like non-Power 5 schools.
Correct. I think the
so
rankings
they're looking for an excuse to keep Cincinnati out. The only way that Cincinnati would have a chance, in my mind, to get in is if they had just absolutely dominated for the last 3 weeks, which they haven't done.
No, so I've been crunching the numbers, looking at everything. They obviously need Oregon to lose, which could very well happen in Utah this weekend. They need Alabama to lose to Georgia, and they need basically Oklahoma and Oklahoma State to play to a tie because that's how the Big 12 is most likely going to work out is if Oklahoma State beats Oklahoma, they then rematch in the Big 12 championship game. Mm-hmm. So Oklahoma State could run the table and maybe get in, but it would be against the same team. They won 2 games in a row, and people would probably look at it side-eye being like, well, what does it prove? It just proves that they're better than Oklahoma State twice.
I still think what's going to end up happening, and it'll be very funny to see, is the SEC championship game, Georgia-Alabama. It's like 40-38. Georgia wins, and they keep Alabama as a 2-loss team in the top 4. And
so the problem
they might
is,
even put them at number 3.
Yeah,
so
they couldn't put them at 4,
so that they wouldn't have them play each other again 1 week after the other.
If there are multiple losses that go down the lines, I could see it happening. If there's multiple 1-loss teams in Cincinnati, I don't think they would do it. They've never put a 2-loss team in the playoff, and that tricky spot of do you put Alabama at 4 and make them rematch again? So I was having this debate. People are saying, well, Alabama's at 2. So that if they lose, they would just drop to 4. I actually think it's the reverse way. I think Alabama's at 2, so if Georgia loses, they drop to 3, not 4. So you avoid the rematch. That's how it's set
That probably happens too.
Yeah.
But I also think that if Alabama loses in a very close game, they might just drop to number 3.
What I thought you were going to say, and which would be very, very funny and very college football.
I think I know what you're about to say.
It would be Notre Dame sneaking in over Cincinnati, which I would be the most wrong thing of all time, but also would be the funniest thing of all time.
So it'd be hilarious because obviously Cincinnati beat Notre Dame in
at
South
Notre
Bend.
Dame, yeah.
But Notre Dame gets in because again
They keep winning.
They're not poor,
and they keep winning,
and they get to hypothetically number 4. They play Georgia and get beat by 60. That would be the most hilarious possible outcome. That's what I'm rooting for.
Either way, we're going to have some fun last 2 weeks of the college football season. I still am inclined to think they're going to try to find a way to fuck over Cincinnati, but looking at it, I think Cincinnati is almost like, just by the fact that everyone's going to lose to everyone, they're going to find a way. It's going to get to a point where the committee will, like, in a Wizard of Oz moment, they will have to either reveal themselves as being like, if everyone had 4 losses, Cincinnati still wouldn't get in, or they'll just have to let Cincinnati in.
I don't think they
because
have
if
to
you
reveal
have
anything.
everyone catching 2 losses and you still keep them out, then everyone's like, "What's going on here?"
I think the committee's just going to be like, "Hey, we're a made-up group of trolls that live in a room, and we can do whatever the fuck we want because we have no actual accountability. So here's your Final Four. You're going to talk about it, and you're going to enjoy it, America."
I do think that in terms of the rankings that are going to be released later on tonight, I think that's probably going to stay status quo in the top 6, knowing that the committee can just bump Michigan over Cincinnati if they do beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
They might move them to 5 because they beat Penn State, but it's going to be the same top 6 in whatever order. And Georgia also just keeps destroying everyone.
Yeah,
so,
unless there's a transparent formula, they're not going to. They never have to actually explain themselves about anything. They can come up with whatever stat that they have to justify the order that they want to put these schools in anyways.
Yes, I'm officially done ever thinking that anyone can score on Georgia. That first drive by Tennessee, they should put that in the Hall of Fame at Tennessee. That first drive was fantastic. And then
we've got a blueprint, Big Cat.
Yeah,
all you have to do is you have to play the entire game
15 plays
like they played that first drive. And most of the first quarter was not bad for Tennessee, but there's just no way that you can keep up with that Alabama defense for that long.
Tennessee, I would file Tennessee under a team that is now competent at a lot of things, which is a good step in the right direction.
Yeah,
where like there was no moments in that game where it was like, oh my God, what is Tennessee doing? It was just Georgia was better.
Yeah, for Tennessee fans, you have a great offseason ahead of you. You have an offseason of actual anticipation because you've got a lot of stuff that you've built up right now. So you can look forward to next season as that's our year where we're actually going to be good.
Yes. Also just going to throw out one last thing. Just throwing it out there. Michigan beating Ohio State and then Wisconsin beating Michigan in the Big Ten championship game. The maximum chaos. Then you probably got to let Wisconsin in.
And Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame. All right, should we do hot seat, cool throw? Any other college football notes?
Yeah, justice for UTSA.
Yeah, I've had them in my top 10 the last 3 weeks.
They're getting boned. UTSA needs to be – just put them in the top 10. You can not ever think to include them in the Final Four in the playoff when it comes down to it, but just let people that went to school at UTSA look at their logo on television for a while. Can you imagine if you're a UTSA alum, when is the last time you get to see your full logo prominently displayed on ESPN? Probably never.
I heard that the committee is keeping them out of the top 10 because a certain grad refuses to get creamed. That's what I heard.
Michelle Beadle?
That's what I heard. That's all I heard. So
maybe shave the beard, chaps.
Also, UTSA, we often talk about watching one game and being like, oh my God, this guy is incredible, and then sticking with it forever. UTSA, number 4 on UTSA, their wide receiver is Calvin Johnson. And now, obviously, he's not. But when he played against UTEP, and I watched that entire game, the whole time I was like, this guy is unstoppable. He's incredible. How is he not a top 5 pick?
Put him in the top 10, committee.
Put him in the top 10.
Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin just is a fucking maniac, isn't
he? I love Lane Kiffin, but God damn it, man. Someone has to explain to him that it is okay every now and then to kick a field goal.
No. Lane is just like, fuck it. 7 is more than 3, Big Cat. Look it up.
Every time. There was that in that fourth quarter, they should have been up by 2 scores, and they did a fake field goal after also passing up a field goal from like the 5-yard line. It's just basic math that, like, hey man, you don't have. And again, I think that it also is demoralizing for your defense. I think it's demoralizing for your team when you fail on 4th downs repeatedly, and you have to trot back out there and be like, fuck, well, we could have had 3 points. Not every time you got to kick a field goal, but he's gone all the way to the other end where
He's playing Madden.
He's allergic to kicking field goals.
Yeah. It's fun to watch sometimes, but it's also very confusing because when I'm watching, sometimes Lane Kiffin makes me feel like I'm really dumb, that I actually don't know how football math works. But he actually has learned so much about football math that he's chosen to forget all of it.
Yes.
That's when you know that you master something.
Yes. All right, let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hank, you want to start with Hot Seat Cool Throne?
Yeah, my hot seat is Danny Ricciardo / everyone in the F1.
It's coming down to it. 3 races left.
It is coming down to it. Push. Great race on Sunday by Lewis.
Can't wait to watch it on Netflix.
I really enjoy. I don't watch the races either, but I like to go into the Instagram comment section of official F1, and just the people get really upset, hating Verstappen, hating Lewis Hamilton. It's very, very funny.
Passionate.
Yeah, very passionate. But we released our Muggsy Grand Prix video.
Yeah.
It came out yesterday, so it's out now on Part of My Take YouTube. We raced. We did a race, me, you, and PFT racing in recliners.
What do you think Daniel Ricciardo would say about the fact that you just cheated?
Oh, spoiler.
Well, that's
you probably already watched.
I was looking for an advantage. I didn't cheat, but I did have the best. I did have the best driving. That was a non-driving part aspect.
Yeah. Well, no. Skipping a lap.
Well, you cheated off the bat. You literally cheated. They said not to bump into people, and you literally started by ramming your car directly into mine and spinning me out.
Hank turned to me and said, "Are you going to try to run me off the road to start?" And I said, "Yes."
After they had a safety meeting where they're like, make sure
at the safety meeting, we all agreed to not hit. And
then Hank asked me.
At the safety meeting, we all agreed not to run into each other.
Yep.
But that's not a rule.
Right.
That was us agreeing not to do it.
In front of the safety guy.
I was going to run into Hank if Big Cat didn't. Big Cat took him out, and I see daylight, I push.
And also, I never said a lie. I said it in front of the safety guys because we had to do it so we get in the car. They were freaking out. That was so stupid how anal they were. Hank looked at me before the race. He said, "Are you going to try to ram me at the start?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And then I did.
Even if you lied to him, that's not cheating.
But I was very honest.
There's a difference between lying and cheating. We'll get to Dan Orlovsky later.
Absolute dirtbag move. Anyway, but my driving was so superior that I came all the way back. I had some trouble after that, which I was forced to look for any edge I could get. That's besides the point.
Including subtracting laps.
Did we tape that 4 years ago?
It feels like it.
It was hot out.
It was hot. It was very hot.
I was sweating my sack off.
Yeah.
Either way, drive the day. Not make your own decision, but that's just a fact.
Okay.
So go watch that video now. My cool throne. Oh boy, what the fuck? I don't have anything written down. I forget.
Okay.
Billy,
you got
throw an extra one.
Army
throw me something.
Throw him an extra one. NFTs. Billy's got his NFTs. He's releasing as an experiment.
That was what I had. NFTs.
Billy dropped an African bullfrog NFT.
But it was an experiment.
No, I didn't want to plug that.
Right.
You've ruined the experiment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it was like a joke.
No, don't worry.
I want people to pay me money as a joke.
The 2016 Part of My Take NFT collection is coming out soon.
Yes.
So,
but also you have your personal NFTs as an experiment.
No, the personal NFTs.
It's a bit.
We're supposed to
scale. It's a bit.
I was trying to see how much
money you can take from our listeners.
That's why I was
an experiment.
It's an investment for the listeners.
It's a test. It's a trial balloon.
Marshall Henderson.
He's presenting an investment opportunity.
I like it.
Just
the way he phrased it was so funny.
Art.
This is an experiment. The money is real that you're going to have to pay for it. The idea is an experiment.
I'm experimenting with light fraud.
Okay, it's not fraud. It's art. I'm selling a little art.
I'm dabbling in
an
fraud.
artist.
Let's do an experiment. How many of our listeners can mail us a $100 bill? It's an experiment. All right, good cool throne.
Thank
you.
I'm gonna. This happened last week. I'm gonna remember mine soon enough.
PFT.
My hot seat is my own investments.
Oh,
and I'm not talking. No, I'm not talking about the frog. I would never buy a frog. I'm talking about my financial stake that I own in the Green Bay Packers.
Yes,
because number one, shares are being diluted today. They're selling, I think, 300,000 shares of them for $300. Again, that's not fraud.
Yep.
And also, not only they're being diluted, but there's apparently fine print on them now that says by buying these, you're not allowed to criticize Roger Goodell, the NFL, or any of the teams in the NFL. and the punishment is up to a $500,000 fine.
Yes.
Now, I don't think I've ever criticized
real.
Roger Goodell or any teams in the NFL.
Is that real?
I don't know if it says it on the thing. I know that if you
part
buy
of the shareholder agreement?
technically Roger Goodell, like if you bought it and committed a crime, Roger Goodell could fine you $500,000.
Yeah, personally.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell can fuck your wife
I also
if you own a share of stock in the Green Bay Packers.
the Packers stock, which I like to make fun of, it's now been ruined because the man who shall not be named wrote an article about how these stocks mean nothing and they don't actually gain any money. The man obviously being Darren Ravel. He, for a brief moment, made me actually side with the Packers.
No,
because I was like, we like to make fun of Packers fans, but I would say 99.9% of Packers fans who buy the stock, no, it doesn't actually mean anything or any chance of increasing in value. It's just to feel part of a team. Ravel had to explain that and tell them how it was actually a bad financial decision. You ruined it for everyone else, you fucking nerd.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go selling my personal share of the stock anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because stocks always go up. And I feel like, but I did short it today. I shorted the stock because of those reasons and also because those motherfuckers cut Blake Bortles.
Yes.
They released him yesterday, and it's bullshit. They used him. They used his body. They used his brain. They used his playbook that he brought over from the Seahawks. A curse on the Green Bay Packers.
Yes. Your cool throne.
My cool throne, well, let's see. I was going to drop Mike McCarthy on you guys, but instead, I'll just say cool throne is Hank's spare time.
NFTs.
Yeah.
NFTs. Billy's doing an experiment.
Cool throne is Hank's spare time because Tom Brady has his Man in the Arena show coming out.
Oh.
And a new Halo dropped. I forgot we should have mentioned that to Kittle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So not only is there the Man in the Arena, the show, but there's also a post show with like Teddy Bruschi talking about the show they just watched.
Fuck yes.
A lot of show.
And then there's a post show talking about the post show, and then there's also a podcast about the show that's coming out. So Hank is booked solid.
Man,
When do you guys want to do recaps? Wednesday or Friday?
Yeah, right after Succession.
We're waiting for a Succession recap.
People talk in a room. That's my Succession recap.
The deal almost gets made, then it doesn't. Tune in next week.
I haven't even seen this week's spot.
That's every single week.
Kindle is sober, but he's acting like he's fucked up.
Let's stand.
What will the shareholders think
Let's stand
about
in
this?
a really nice house or conference room and almost get the deal done. Mm-hmm. That's our Succession recap.
They wear a lot of black Tony Romo style plain baseball caps. In this one.
For the 10th episode in a row, Shiv thinks that her dad actually takes her seriously.
Mm-hmm. Logan uses the F word.
Oh man!
My cool throne is the Washington Bullets because they're in first place. No big deal. Now I don't care about the Washington Bullets.
Overall,
first place in the East. If the season ended today, they would be the 1 seed in the Eastern
4 in a
Conference.
row. They're pretty good.
They beat the Bucks.
The Bulls are 2.
Yeah, Bulls are 2.
Bulls just waxed the fucking Lakers.
As a rule,
and Caruso got a sick fucking video for him.
Yeah, speaking of
LeBron
NFTs.
James. Last night was a perfect encapsulation of how LeBron is just an absolute fraud. The story came out that the Lakers basically like asked Caruso to take less money because they didn't have to pay the luxury tax, which is a crazy ask to ask a player.
No.
Like, why would you ever do that when you're just trying to make as much money as you can? You don't give a fuck about the team being in salary cap problems. But LeBron is the GM. Everyone knows this.
It's true.
He could easily have been like, we need Caruso, we need Caruso, we need Caruso. Didn't, and then it's all over him, like hugging him on social media, like love you, bro,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
maybe
blah.
it's a bad teammate.
Maybe he's just happy that Caruso's getting paid more money.
I guess.
The Bulls are good. Caruso, I love Caruso.
Say what you want
I
about
love
Lakers
Lonzo
might
Ball.
not-
I'm a big
James.
baller. I'm unironically become a huge big baller.
I've been on the ball train since the beginning. That's actually
But I never thought I would be a huge Lonzo Ball fan.
I followed Kuzma closely because he was best friends with Lonzo when they were rookies, and he was like funny. Like he's fun to root for. He's kind of a clown, but he's got that irrational confidence you need if you're going to be a superstar, and he's kind of playing like that.
Yeah.
You need the confidence. Confidence comes first.
He's got
then the skill comes second.
Yes.
If the playoffs start today, Wizards 1 seed, Bulls 2 seed. Wow.
Celtics?
Who would have thought Celtics would be the out of the playoffs?
Shit.
No, they play the playing game.
Yeah, the 9 seed, right?
9 seed
they
right
play
now.
the 10th. They would play the 10th seed,
They're the 9?
and then they would play the 8th seed.
Okay.
God damn
that
it!
sounds
That
fun.
shit makes me so mad.
Yeah, but the bullets.
Just let everyone in the play.
I've said that I don't care about the bullets, but I reserve all rights to become a massive hypocrite in case they finish in the top 4.
I care very much about the Bulls. It's very fun to watch them, although West Coast basketball I can't stay up for. I just can't. I watched the first quarter last night and then went to sleep. Speaking of, I'll do my cool throne first. The Bucks, who are outside of the playoffs right now, and the real cool throne is the rest of the league because Giannis is already planting the seeds to maybe leave Milwaukee.
What do you do?
He said in his GQ article, he said, one challenge was to bring a championship here, and we did. It was very hard, but we did. Very, very hard. I just love challenges. What's the next challenge? The next challenge might not be here. It's, me and my family chose to stay in the city that we all love and is taking care of us for now. In 2 years, that might change. I'm being totally honest with you.
I mean, winning a championship for the Milwaukee Bucks is a pretty fucking big challenge.
Yeah, 2 rings.
I don't know if he could win a championship, an NBA championship for the New Zealand Breakers. That would be much more difficult.
I just this is a cool throne for everyone who is a fan of off-season NBA more than regular season NBA. So you got your wish. Giannis might become a free agent or demand a trade.
Where else would he go that would be more of a challenge than Milwaukee?
LA, trying to play with LeBron.
Yeah, trying to coexist.
Yeah, with
simply.
LeBron and that shining star that's always on him because it has to be on him. All right, my hot seat is Duke. Institutional chaos, Duke. If you missed the report, Coach K's grandson, who's on the team, nepotism much, and their best player, would you say it's their best player?
Yes, Paolo Banchero.
Their best player got DWIs. Well, I don't even know when it was. Last night, the night before?
I think it was Sunday morning, so Saturday night.
And Coach K kept the lid on this.
Yep.
He was putting pressure on the police department, sounds like, for the last couple days.
Coach K should retire right now. If he had any backbone and stood for anything that he says that he stands for, you can't have this.
Or at the very least, remove the letters D, U, and I from his grandson's Duke University sweatshirt.
Yes.
Removing bias for a second here, Big Cat, because I just want to, since this situation will apply to any person who gets in any type of driving trouble going forward, would you not say that this is a possible coaching moment that he could use to help these players grow as humans?
I do think it's a coaching moment. He should say, guys, I've failed you. I'm retiring right now. That would be a great coaching moment.
So that's what all coaches should do. Anytime one of their players gets in trouble driving or off the court,
they're under 21.
Retire.
College kids should go to college to do college, not to drink. They're under 21, driving a vehicle. Disgusting. I would also take... I told you this before the show, Hank. I would also take Coach K if he doesn't want to go to jail or retire, if he wanted to give his grandson to Pete Gaudette like he did all those losses in 1995. I would take that as well. If he literally changed legally, Pete Gaudette became his grandson's, the DUI grandson's grandfather.
I was going to say, like...
DWI.
I thought it was DUI.
It's DWI.
What's the difference?
No idea.
Under? While?
It was he was .08, but he's under 21.
So wait, is his grandson, are his minutes per game higher than his blood alcohol?
Let's find out. I'd say probably
no.
not.
All I'm saying, Big Cat, is I think that if you call yourself a major college basketball program, you shouldn't have any sort of motor vehicle incidents, and you certainly shouldn't have any nepotism on your team.
I agree. And you know what? Let me just say this. Maybe the athletic department will come down on this kid. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Who's the assistant athletic department?
Also Coach K?
Oh, no, Coach K's daughter.
Oh, okay.
The grandson's mom.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe she'll come down. Do you think she maybe give him a spank on the butt?
Dude, that's probably much worse.
What I was saying.
Did he slap the ground before he walked on the line?
People, actually, there was a Duke fan who was like, this is ticky-tack. He was .08.
So... They have Gardner-Webb, Lafayette, and the Citadel.
Oh, that's
and then
great.
Gonzaga, Ohio State.
Yeah, so we'll
Three-game
see.
suspension.
Yeah, 3-game suspension.
I'm sure it'd be
Friday
3
in
games.
Vegas,
If it happened
Gonzaga.
3 games from now, he would be suspended for Gonzaga.
Actually, we should do a
number
reverse
one.
suspension.
Everyone knows DWIs equals 3 games.
It should be a reverse
max.
suspension. The grandson should have to play 40 minutes against Gonzaga. That would
Instead
be
of
funny.
Fallow?
Yeah, that would be funny. Just watch them out
Punish
there.
both of them.
Either way, I'm disgusted.
How do you
It's
get a
gross.
DWI if you're not driving? Riddle me that.
So it's an aiding abetting DUI. So if you're a passenger in North Carolina while
think-
somebody's driving under the influence who is under the age of 21, you both get in trouble for it, especially if it's your car.
I
so
just
if they're driving your car, then it's like you gave them the keys.
I just assume they're so young and so drunk that one of them was doing the pedals and one of them was doing the wheel.
I think it's just good. That's good teamwork. They're aiding and abetting each other 24 hours a day, whether it be in a car while you're hammered
It's disgusting.
or on the basketball court.
Go ahead, Billy.
The one time I heard about two people in the same car getting a DWI, they tried to switch seats.
Maybe that's what happened. What do you think? Do you think the grandson said, "Do you know
like
who
they
my
call-
grandfather is?"
So like hypothetically,
Yeah, I mean, listen, you
you
should
were-
never drink and drive. It's bad. He should be punished for it. But I would like to know where this cop went to school.
Where did he get arrested? Was
Durham.
it in Durham? Oh,
UNC grad.
shout out.
You got
Oh.
to ask the question. I don't know.
I, for one, respect our police officers, Hank.
Yeah. So
Me too. You should never
Coach
drink
K,
and drive.
step down right now. Institutional chaos. Before someone gets hurt, really, step down. What a gift that the grandson gave him for his retirement tour. Beautiful. Here you go, Pop Pop. What do you think he calls him? Pop Pop?
Just calls him coach.
He calls him Pop Pop in the huddle.
He's definitely been called coach since he was a baby. Just like, this is my son, coach. He just always tells everybody what to do. You think Coach K met with the police officers afterwards and was like, "Hey, I just want to say, thank you. You did a great job
Yes.
tonight." Leaned in and then really gave them a piece of his mind, but was
Yes.
under the auspice of I want to teach you how to be a leader
Went in their locker
this
room.
community.
Yeah. Good for Banchero that he has Coach K's grandson to lead all the headlines. Like that's the one spin zone for him.
True.
We can all make those jokes. All right.
Also, if you're from Italy, you should be allowed to drink under 21 in the United States.
Agreed.
That's
Yeah,
a
this
major
actually was-
cultural. This is on Coach K's family.
And it's Italian discrimination.
Yeah.
The most discriminated class in America.
The entire Krzyzewski family should take credit for this.
Yes.
They're Polish. Nobody discriminates against Polacks.
Never. No jokes. Michael Savarino, he played 4 minutes against Gardner Webb, or
you have
whoever
any?
he had last.
Is that the people we did the
Yeah, the
Polish jokes?
Yeah.
I would never
those are
make.
funny.
I would never
Screen
make
door
Polish
on a sub.
Yeah,
the Polish Navy has tried to install a screen door on their submarine.
They sent a rocket to the moon during the day.
All right, Jake, hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat's the Mets.
Ooh,
They lost Noah Syndergaard, and the fan base doesn't seem too happy about it.
wait, they lost him? Like they can't find him?
Yeah, missing. Find my
Okay.
friends isn't working.
Yeah.
No, he's off to the Angels. So
Oh, interesting.
Jacob deGrom, of course, coming off the injury. Now Thor's gone, and Mets fans are
I'm sure they'll take this rationally.
exactly. My cool throne is Abu Dhabi. They're hosting 2 NBA preseason games next season. Now, redemption for Fight Island, maybe. Put the court on the beach.
Ooh.
They have to do
Also,
it.
Jake, pre-notification because I'll want to bet on that, and it'll probably be at a really random time.
Okay.
So make sure you mark that.
Mid-October, I'll write it down.
That's definitely going to be like a Tuesday. We're just walking around the office. Like you take the Nets or the Knicks.
I just like
10:30
how Adam
in the
Silver
morning.
is once again standing up for human rights.
He's the best commissioner
Thank
we
you.
got.
Thank you, Adam.
Best commissioner we got. All right, Billy.
My hot seat is Mac Jones. Mac Jones has sort of gotten the some people are calling him the Grayson Allen of the NFL, and to add to sort of his
Why?
whole
Because he
aura,
always gets DUIs.
well, because he's a tripper.
he didn't. He did not. If he was
anyway,
a tripper, he would have gotten fined.
he was-
fact or
It's
fiction.
now coming
It's
out
a
that
fact.
Mac Jones was a child actor and child model, and just really sort of making everyone be like, "Yep, exactly."
I saw some of the pictures of Mac Jones.
It's
He doesn't not look like Billy Football as a child.
You hate
There's
the
a-
one you look like.
there's
huh?
a
What's
slight
wrong with being a
resemblance.
child
Yeah, I know.
actor?
I'm just saying, people are sort of, he's kind of almost like
What
a
people?
Duke athlete, Grayson Allen type that may be, sort of taking liberties that he's shown
Listen,
on the
by
football
being
field.
a
Billy,
child actor?
can I give you a piece of advice?
Yeah.
Real quick. The way that it's going with Mac Jones, right? Like his career arc and how the Patriots look right now, we're gonna have more than enough time to hate him. Let's not force it.
Okay.
Like it's gonna come naturally because he's probably gonna win like 5 Super Bowls with Bill Belichick. So let's not like the trivial stuff will look foolish when we hate him for winning 5 Super Bowls. We're like, remember we tried to hate him for being a child actor. It's gonna come. Don't worry. We have more than enough time where Hank is just shoving it down everyone's throat here.
Other hot seat, Rex Ryan. He does not want to be a associated with Robert Salah, and then Robert Salah said, "You know where to find me if you have an issue with it."
Which he wasn't, and then he became.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Rex.
So
I wasn't going to associate him
Am I
at all.
Did
he say something
Talk about
like,
irrational confidence. That guy
Yeah,
is.
Rex.
Hank, the man
Give it to
has
us.
the highest score ever in terms of problem solving and logic in the state of Maryland.
Stuart Feiner, our good friend Stu Feiner, put it best.
Shout out, you fucking fat slob. Suck my wife's fucking tongue.
There it is. That's his message to Rex Ryan. I just think of every time that Rex Ryan comes up. But yeah, Rex Ryan basically made. No one was talking about him. Then everyone was talking about him because he was talking about it being like, "Don't talk about me."
Okay, I won't. I'll stop, Rex. By the way, where do you go to get tested for that if you're just in Maryland? Do they have? Is there like a building that adults can go to?
It was
and be like, hey, I want to get tested for my logic and problem solving.
Buddy Ryan definitely did that as like a dig on Rob. He was like, Rob was acting out, and so he was like, Rex, here, fill out your name. Boom, you're the best.
Yeah, just he took him to a nondescript building, handed them a piece of paper he printed up himself.
Yes.
It was like, wow, Rex, you're really smart.
Yeah,
Rob,
your logic is incredible.
Rob, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
And your cool throne?
Jimbo Fisher's time in Texas A&M, he said, "We're going to recruit an unbelievable class this year, so I'm the dumbest human being on God's earth to recruit all these guys to A&M so I can go across over there and go play against them."
Okay.
So not leaving for LSU.
All right, so, or maybe not leaving for LSU, or put it through the college football translator. Put it through the little thing. He's saying, LSU, you got to pay me a lot more than that. That's what he's saying.
He's also saying,
oh, LSU, your first offer was $12 million. How about 15?
He's also saying to every single kid that he's recruiting right now, you guys are awesome players. I love you very much. Look how much I'm talking about you right now and how great you are.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere whatsoever. Trust me, I'm staying here.
That's a nice hedge by him.
In the event that I do go, just letting you know, I still think that you're great. You can just transfer.
Come to LSU.
Yeah.
Yes, because I have all this much more money now.
Yep.
All right, let's get to our interviews. We got Brian Baumgartner. Did I say it right at that time?
Baumgartner.
You'll find out.
Okay, we'll find out. And Kevin from The Office, and then Kenny Pickett. Before we do that, BetterHelp. Go to BetterHelp.com/PMT for 10% off your first month. The best way to think about therapy is through a bunch of analogies like, hey, you get your car tuned up to prevent bigger issues down the road. You get your annual checkups and you go to the gym to maintain physical wellness and prevent injury and disease. Well, how about you do that with your mental health? You got to go to therapy so that you can have routine maintenance on your mental and emotional health, wellness to prevent bigger issues down the road. Therapy doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It means you're investing in yourself to keep your mind healthy, and Barstool Sports agrees. They're offering BetterHelp services to their employees as an added benefit to help take care of their overall well-being. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. Why invest in everything else and not your mind? You got to invest in your mind. The podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp, and our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/PMT. It's okay to not be okay. Go to BetterHelp.com/PMT, BetterHelp.com/PMT. Okay, we now welcome on recurring guest.
Recurring.
In person, it's Brian Baumgartner. He's got a new book out. It's called Welcome to Dunder Mifflin, The Ultimate Oral History of The Office.
Yes.
We were mid-conversation, so let's just pick it up. You were noticing how
This
beautiful
studio.
this studio is.
Yes. No, for anyone who sees pictures or watches this place, it is as disappointing as you would expect it to be.
Well, really, it's a very clean studio. Just
Clean?
Like 20 hours a day. It's clean, and then before we have a guest, we have Billy just come in here and fuck everything up.
Oh, okay.
So it looks messy. It's like a bit that we do. We actually are very tidy people.
We've learned through the years that if we try to clean ourselves up, then people will start taking us seriously, and that's a disaster.
No, that's not your brand.
Yeah, because if you walked in, are you doing the rounds today? Have you gone?
I'm doing the rounds.
Did you do Good Morning America?
Today's show.
Today's show.
Yeah.
Okay. Are those interchangeable? Yeah, they are.
we
Okay, because I
interchange
always
them.
ask. Yeah, and I always get it wrong. I'm like, for my life asking a guest if they've done
I
it.
typically am, but today I'm aware.
Okay, so the Today Show, you did it. It's beautiful. It looks nice. It's clean.
Yeah.
And then you come in here, and we get you to bring down your, feelers like these guys are just.
Yeah.
Are we even taping anything?
It's relaxed.
Yeah.
This is relaxed, though. I appreciate that.
So just like a couple guys talking here, what's the biggest sex scandal in the history of The Office? Like, we're not.
Yeah, like we're not even taping.
Yeah, this is just basically just
You could
locker room.
There's a fucking bench press.
on camera or off camera?
I wanted both.
Oh, well, no, the on camera. That's known,
that's
right?
Dwight, yeah.
There was a cuckold, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Andy was the cuckolded. Cuckolder.
He got cucked.
He got-
cucky.
Yeah, he got cucked.
Yeah, he
cucky.
did for sure.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Who do you hate the most?
On the show?
Yeah, off camera.
Off camera? Who do I
Again,
hate
this
the
is
most?
just.
Oh,
you
we're
did
just
the
we're
Today
just chatting?
Show, and this is just.
Yeah.
I mean, there's dip spit. There's
Probably
coffee cups. Like
probably
you just say it.
Yeah, probably Carell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a diva.
He's no.
Did anyone become
Listen-
a diva?
No, that's the crazy thing. And I think, actually, I don't know, is this like Barstool or something? I don't know. We were just a bunch of idiots, like unknown on this show. They're looking for unknown people, right? And so we get on, and even people forget, like Carell, the little movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin, that wasn't until season 2. So
Right.
there was like nobody was known. No one had that attitude. And I think it was all of us kind of like coming up together.
Yeah.
It would be like your brother or something. Be like, what? Shut up. You're not going to act like that.
Yeah, the
there
fact
was none of that.
You guys all became more famous together. But what about at the end? Was the end? I've always wondered this about The Office because one of my favorite shows of all time, and most hardcore fans say, "Oh, the end." When Steve Carell leaves, I think actually there's some very funny moments when he left. After he left, but the ending of it was it. It's time to go. This is good, or were there a lot of people who were like, "Why can't we just keep going?"
It really, honestly, it really was like it's time to be done. And here's why. There's actually a very specific reason. Because there was conversation. We talk about this in the book, Welcome to Dunder Mifflin, available
get
in
it now.
bookstores today. No, that it could have, like, I called it ER'd. We could have ER'd it.
Yes.
Right? Like Clooney leaves, you bring in whoever came onto ER. I don't know. But, like, it went 20 years, ER did. So it could have done that. Like, John Krasinski could have gone and, become Jack Ryan or whatever. And different people could have left. Some could have stayed. But Greg Daniels had an idea of the end of the show from the very beginning, which was the documentary has to air. Right. So this thing that we've been shooting for 9 years,
right,
has to eventually air. And once it airs, it's almost like a commentary on reality television, actually, right? Because once you see yourself on television, everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
So the show couldn't really exist in the same form once everybody would have to be aware of how they were perceived, which we explore a little bit at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So the idea, just to wrap up that point, was basically we want as many of the original people to be like Mindy Kaling had gone to do the Mindy Project, and Steve had left, but most of the original people were there, and so to tell that story, those people had to be there to sort of see the ramifications of their idiocy over 8 years.
To maybe watch some of them, if it had been extended, some of them probably would have become more diva-like.
Yeah.
Than they even were, because they're, like you said, they're seeing themselves on TV.
That's right.
You don't act the same in front of a camera after you're already watching yourself on TV.
Right, unless you work for Barstool.
Yes.
And then you all just act like the idiots you are.
Well, again, none of these are on right now. So
right.
this just,
Never
just
air
exists.
anything.
Yeah, okay.
Like, Dave built this office just as a shrine to him. No actual content is going out of it.
Oh,
whatsoever.
okay. I thought I'd seen some stuff, but maybe not.
It would be funny if you did another season where it was post everyone realizing that they're stars, kind of like a Real Housewives, when everyone just season 2, everyone gets divorced,
right?
And they have this little bit of famous, and they latch onto it,
right?
That would actually be a very funny spin-off show of everyone being like, yeah,
now I'm a bit,
Kevin Malone NFTs and
that's right,
yeah.
So there's I can't remember if we've ever talked about this before, but I try to avoid Reddit at all costs and going down the Reddit, the dark hole of Reddit. But there's apparently, and I've seen the chains, that Kevin Malone is a secret genius. Have you heard this before?
Yes.
So
yes. So the basis for and this gets into your point slightly, but the basis of this, and people pull evidence like minute little glances to camera from early on. And like, he's a gambler, and how does he? And then he gets fired, and suddenly he owns a bar.
Yeah.
So that is an unaired storyline. How he has the bar. I'm going to fill you in on this. It's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Ready? So the idea is that once the documentary airs, Kevin Malone becomes the fan favorite of people watching. I have in my office at home, like, my face as a cartoon and like Kevin rocks and all this stuff, right? So there became this movement of Kevin Malone being a fan favorite. And partly based on my own experience in the world, I can't go into a bar and not be offered a drink. From they want to have a drink with Kevin Malone. So the storyline is shot but not aired that Kevin Malone goes into bars. Everybody wants to buy him a drink. There's a particular bar in Scranton, Pennsylvania that he goes in all the time. And he has accumulated such a credit at that bar from people buying him drinks that he uses that as leverage to own the bar. That is a true written story that was shot. And the finale was like an hour and 45 minutes already, and they're like, all right, we have to cut that.
That's
it still
incredible.
Makes sense, but that's it.
I really was wondering, like, how did you end up owning that bar? You own Poor Richards, the place, the watering hole everybody used to go. And I do kind of subscribe to the Kevin Malone is... I don't think a secret genius. I think he is a genius. I think he's a savant because, yes, he was a terrible accountant, but he was also a great gambler at times when it came to like doing certain percentages with cards. You can't be dumb and be a great poker player. So was it just that, in your mind, Kevin Malone was that unengaged at work that he just didn't give a shit?
In part, but also like there's the whole phrase is idiot savant, right? So like here's the greatest. I didn't hear about this for years, right? I think the idea of this with Kevin started the basketball episode. I played basketball. That was not edited. That was real live. That was actually one take two of me making, I don't know, 13, 15 footers, free throw line extended. But so that there were like weird skills that he had. He had the poker series bracelet. So here's the greatest insider writer's joke of all time. The writers, didn't even tell me. They chose Scrantonicity, a Police cover band, to be his band. And specifically chose him to be the lead singer and drummer of this band. I didn't know this. I am not a musical genius, but apparently in the Police, there's the beat, but the singing occurs off of the beat from where the normal drum beat is. So you would have to be a musical savant to be able to play drums and sing at the same time.
Yeah, because his singing, the vocals were based around Sting, who was playing the bass.
That's incredible.
So it'd be something that he could sing easily, not what's his name, Copeland was playing on the drums. I'd never thought about that. But
you understand it.
I love it.
I didn't even know, but yes, so he was also a musical savant.
Okay.
That's incredible. I mean, that's just a testament to people, being diehard fans of the show and loving the show so much that they then watch it again until they find out some storyline that maybe is real.
Right.
That you're saying might be real.
Right.
But they perceive it.
I think it's great that they've got. It's kind of. It goes to show you what a well-crafted show it was overall. That the writers were having so much fun that they were thinking about these little extra jokes that they could put in there.
Oh yeah.
It really adds to the fullness of the show and makes everything else like. There's an entire world that they created.
Yeah.
For themselves.
So the book.
Yes.
How long did it take you to write this book?
I don't know. Should I say like 10 years?
Yeah, say 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. No, I mean it's been essentially 2 years since the beginning to today. I don't know when people are hearing this, but today. No, tomorrow. Today, yesterday, whatever. It's freaking out. I actually just found out I signed like 7,000 books. We just sold out today of the signed copies
wow.
of books. Yes.
Okay.
You should say that
Breaking
you wrote
news.
it like during the pandemic, like how we got King Lear from Shakespeare
It's a pandemic
during the
book.
Black Plague.
Yeah.
Now we got Welcome to Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah.
That's right. Honestly, this was the show was big when it was on, right? And there's fans who watched it. It was a rabid kind of cult following, though, right? Like, it wasn't like Friends when it was out in terms of just like mass media production, whatever. And then the numbers started coming out about the streaming stuff. And I started walking into restaurants again and airports and going like, this feels different than it ever has. And the basic gist is, so this was 2 years ago, so 7 years since we have filmed anything. It's the most watched show on television, right?
Damn.
I was just heard the other day, people talk about Squid Game, Succession, more people are watching The Office now. Now it's been 8 years since we filmed anything than anything else on television. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was like, why? What the fuck happened? Like, how is it? Like, what happened? Like, how is this possible?
I'll tell you how. It's tremendously rewatchable. Like, it is. I watched it when the pandemic happened. I watched it again, full start to finish, and I still will pop. Like, it is the perfect show that. And I think a lot of TV watchers fall into this trap now, where you have anxiety of what am I going to watch? What am I going to watch? Like, what do I want to invest 2 hours of my night into? And The Office is like, well, let's put on The Office and we'll figure out after one episode. And then it becomes like 10 episodes you're watching The Office.
Right.
That's just what you're watching.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think, does The Office bring you comfort?
Yes, definitely.
Except for the volume of the intro song. Which I think I talked to you about that last time. Did you get to chat with anybody over at Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Over like 3 bars. It's so loud. The rest of it's great though. Yeah, it does. It's like Big Cat said, it reduces anxiety watching it.
It also, I think it brings comfort. Now, a little less now because this job at Barstool is, for the most part a joke. We have a lot of fun all the time. But I think a lot of people, I remember when I first watched it, I was in college still. And I remember being like, I wish I could just find a job where it seems like people have fun. You know what I mean? And obviously, you guys, it's a TV show, but I think there is that comfort to it too. Like making corporate America or the job that you might not love, trivializing it and being like, look, you can have fun.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where some of the comfort comes from.
I think so too. And not to go too deep, but I think that there's also like. There's like the surface thing, right? Which is like Michael Scott says horribly inappropriate things. There can be some snideness. It's kind of subversive in a way, which I think is why partially it appeals to younger people, that sort of subversive thing. But I think also, and this is part of reading the book and talking to, I talked to 44 people and recorded over 100 hours of interviews with people about this. But one of the things I think is that in the end, it's kind of about love and creating a family, right?
Yes.
And whether it's the Barstool family or wherever it is, and that search for people when they're going through a hard. And this, I asked you that question because this is what, when I'm out and about, and people will not just come up to me to like say it randomly, but they have this like intense need to tell me about a really bad time in their life that they watched the show and it made them feel better.
Yeah.
And I think in the end, that feeling of love, I don't know if love is the right word, but like kindness, family building,
community, togetherness, and like it being in an office together. And like caring about your coworkers,
right.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
It didn't matter which character it was, but there would always be a time when somebody would have something serious going on in their life, and there would be jokes all around, written around the episode. But like in the storyline for Kevin, when he was worried about the skin cancer and he was waiting to get the call back, there's ridiculous stuff going. You're like at the ice skating rink, Michael Scott's just like flying around out there, acting like a fool. But then you see there's always like a few shots of everybody rallying around that person, making sure they're okay. It happened with every character, even the characters that were probably the least likable to their coworkers, like Dwight. Right. There were times when people like lined up behind him.
Right, like Tam and Dwight, that relationship between the two of them, weirdly, that they bonded. Yeah, no, totally.
I think it's a lot about just understanding that even if you're in a very boring job, where your job is to literally sell paper and count paper, the most boring thing that you can possibly sell probably, there's still there's a reason why you can still have moments of joy, and you can find family and relationships inside that office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think everyone goes through that.
Yes, absolutely. So in the book, you talk about how every morning you guys had to method act your job.
Yeah, so this is actually, and it was one of those things where when I started talking to people, someone reminded me, and I was like, oh yeah, because it had been a really long time. But this is like, think about, network, monolith, corporation, money, bottom line. So the first season, right, we would all show up. So having to show up to work earlier than we would ever be used on camera. Everybody get ready. And then at, say, 7 a.m., generally, we would go into the office, and the cameras would just walk around for 30 minutes and film us.
And you just work
just
fake
like we were
work?
working. Fake work, fake phone calls, going to the copier, doing copies. Like a lot of the images actually in the credits. So like Kevin on the adding machine and Dwight with the shredder and like the copier going and stuff like that were kind of pulled and used, but like very, very not 30 minutes a day. And I had this conversation with Ken Quapis, who directed the pilot, and he said, look, so many pilots, first shows, everybody's trying to get to know each other. We're trying to introduce this whole story, and everything's happening, and it feels new. And he was like, this has to feel like everyone has been working here for decades.
Yeah.
Or at least a decade.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That this is where that your chair has your body imprint in it already, right? There's no, where's the phone? There's no newness. And so that, like, we would just work, truly. Like, fake sales calls, passing notes, passing papers, walking through. And I think just that time, and all of us, not just for that, but all the other time. I mean, this is a hugely unique thing, right? Which was, there were, I'm not going to count right now, and we know I can't, 12 actors that were in the main bullpen of the office, in there all the time. There's no fake walls.
Right.
They would shut the doors. There'd be 2 camera guys, 1 sound guy, and all of us in the room. So, like, in terms of, improving off of each other, working off each other, learning from each other, different skill sets. Oh, if I say this to him, this is a layup. Like, all of that stuff happened because we were just together.
Right.
All the time.
That's awesome.
I also have to wonder how that would have gone if you had all been established actors at the start of the show and the director's like, hey, can you come in an extra, 2-3 hours early and just hang out and pretend that you're in an office for a while? I wonder the fact that you guys were all kind of new and starting something together, if you were like more receptive to doing that.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, probably because everybody was on board. There was no like, I truly don't remember any questioning or like oh, or anybody saying like, I don't want to do that or nothing like that. Yeah.
Did Ricky Gervais ever show up after? I know he's executive producer in certain times. Was he actually involved in the creation of any storylines or anything like that?
So he made an appearance on the show as an actor. He would show up occasionally. He and Ricky wrote an episode. This is like scratching the cobwebs of my brain. I think it was the Convict episode, which is shortly after the Andy Bernard and they came over. And we were eliminating actors one by one once the branches merged. So yeah, I mean they were around some. Stephen Merchant ended up directing 1 or 2 as well, but largely no. And they actually, for the book, I interviewed Stephen Merchant, and he talked about, he thought, because what was happening at this period of time is that British shows that were brought over were all failing, right? They were all failing. And Stephen said he thought the smartest thing that he and Ricky did was leave it alone. Like, we shouldn't pretend to know the cultural references that are funny or whatever in the United States. Like, let's let them do it. And they feel like them staying out of it actually helped.
Yeah.
Make it more purely American.
Yeah. I believe that. All right, so I know you got to do a couple other
Is this a
interviews.
gimp back here in the closet? Like, what is the... Do you hear that banging?
That's the pipes.
Yeah.
There's air in the pipes.
Oh, okay.
And
It just adds to, again, we haven't even turned on the cameras
on
yet.
the pipes.
Yeah. All right, so my last question, you go to Roback, RHOBACK, use code PFT for 20% off your first purchase. Performance Q-Zips, polos, everything at Roback.com. Best stuff out there. Do you think Aaron Rodgers should be in jail or prison for holding a super spreader event every Sunday and willfully lying to the public about his vaccination status? Thoughts? And should he have to strip his Super Bowl away?
Oh, strip his Super Bowl away from 2010?
Yes.
11?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, good. All right, so we're on the same
Yeah.
page.
Would
Good.
you like,
Yeah,
as a Packers, are you an owner as well or just a fan?
I am just a fan.
You could buy some stock today.
It's today.
Is it today?
You want me
it's
to buy you
today.
a share?
Yes, buy me a share right now.
Yeah.
I'll
Right now,
I'll buy you a share if you disavow the Packers for cutting Blake Bortles. No. Why did you do that to Blake? He's our friend.
I like Blake.
Yeah.
I know Blake. I like Blake.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Well, then you would stop rooting for the Packers.
Listen to me.
I'm worried.
Worried about what?
So Aaron Rodgers just tortured me,
Yeah, no, I know.
and I'm worried.
They're great, by the way, the Bears. They're so good. They're so fun to watch.
Listen,
they're so fun
Justin
to watch
Fields
too.
versus Jordan Love for the next 20 years. Sign me up for that. I'm worried. I think the Packers are actually going to win the Super Bowl this year.
I do too. I do
Yeah,
too. You
it's
heard it
actually
here
a
first.
lock. It's a lock.
No, now you're trying to jinx.
No,
I
I'm
saw,
not.
No, I saw it in
I'm
your
a great
eye. No,
gambler.
I
Everyone
saw it in
knows
your
my
eyes.
locks never lose. I'm 1-0 in Game of the Years this year.
That's not that good.
1-0. You can't be better than 1-0. Game of the year. How many Game of the
5-0
Years?
is significantly better than 1-0.
How can you have 5 Game of the Years?
Oh,
I'm
good
1-0
point.
in my
But everybody
one
has a game of the year
Does
every other
everyone
week.
win their Game of the Year?
No, I'm saying every other week. What was your game of the year?
It was Pitt versus UNC last Thursday night. No big deal. Easy winner. Took overtime and also like a monsoon to show up at the perfect time for it to win. But yes.
Okay.
So I win all
Congratulations.
my locks. The Packers are a lock to win the Super Bowl.
I really like the way that I believe you discount the game that Aaron missed, which I know you can't do, but if you set that aside and you acknowledge, as I think now it's hard not to, that the first game of the year was an aberration.
Right, so you're setting aside the Chiefs game, you're setting aside the fact that Aaron Rodgers didn't get vaccinated and lied to everyone. You're setting those things aside.
Yeah. And I'm saying that they have looked the best team in the NFL this year.
I'd agree.
Their defense is just
agree.
what sets them apart from old Packers teams. Like the defense is Super Bowl level at this point.
I saw a
And
stat.
I would buy you a share of the stock. Unfortunately, it says that it's non-transferable. So if I buy it, I can't then give it to you.
You can't give it to me?
I can't give
Yeah.
it to you. Once you're in, blood
be
in, blood
fined.
out.
You can't put it in my name?
Nope.
Nope.
You're lying.
Maybe there's a curse
They
on the
just don't wanna-
Packers now. What else? Any other NFL thoughts?
Actually, that would be
They
that's a
are
great
very
story.
good.
I became an owner and they won the Super Bowl. That's a good story.
For who?
For me.
For you personally.
It's a great
for your
story
life.
for you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great story
Yes.
for me.
Okay, all right, let's do story time. You become an owner, Aaron Rodgers gets hit by a bus. That's a great story for me, personally.
It's really now you're pushing it.
Well, I mean, I
went with you.
you
at
didn't know
first.
my
I didn't argue
injuries.
with
I
you.
didn't tell you the injuries
Oh,
yet.
what were your injuries?
He can never walk again. I think the Packers are very, very good this year. I saw a stat that was like the only times they've ever been top 3 in defense, and it was a list of all the times they've won the Super Bowl. And
They've
they're
won
top
more
3
than
in
3.
No, I'm saying top 3 in defense in that year.
Right.
2010, 96, and then it was whenever, those are fake Super Bowls anyway, 1 and 2 or whatever.
Okay.
Those
yeah.
don't actually count.
No, they don't count.
Yeah. But
Except
yeah, they're very,
except
very
they
good.
do.
Are
Yeah.
you? I'm assuming you're enjoying every moment of this season.
I really, really, really am. And in fact, I posted, the director was there. I had a movie. I had a festival movie thing come out, and I went to this was the Arizona game. I went to the red carpet, and I took pictures, and I said hello to everyone, and then the screening happened, and I went burp and walked back out, went to the bar that was next door.
I appreciate that.
Watched the game, and then the game was over, and I went in and did a Q&A afterward.
I appreciate that so much. I feel like a lot of actors kind of lose like they're fans, but it's like not I want to watch every game fans.
Right.
And I love that you're an every game fan.
Then that was a big game.
Yeah.
And that was, Devontae out. That was
Yeah, it was an impressive
crazy
win.
ending,
great
It was an
win.
impressive win.
Great
Insane.
win.
And are you going to go to the Super Bowl?
In Los Angeles,
Yeah.
if the Packers are in it, yes.
Okay.
That's an easy answer.
See you there. Yeah, we'll see you there.
If not, then I don't know. Then I don't.
No, they'll
depends
win.
on what
Aaron Rodgers doesn't lose NFC Championship games.
Shut up.
It's all I have. It's all I have.
The Bears are so good this year.
They're getting better. Okay,
Are they?
They're in the hunt.
Are they getting
Justin
better?
Fields is getting better. That's all that I'm compartmentalizing the entire season.
I'm jaded against him, by the way.
Why?
I'm jaded against him.
Why?
He doesn't know this, and not really. I'm fake jaded. I grew up in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I'm a University of Georgia
a dog,
fan.
yeah, former dog.
Yeah. He couldn't wait his turn.
Oh, so you're going to win the national championship and the Super Bowl this year?
Sick 'em.
Look at
Woof,
that.
woof,
Whoa.
And the
Georgia's
World-
very good.
And the World Series.
Yeah, but I can't take credit for that. And
Yeah.
I've had people now
very
say,
humble
well,
of you.
you could take credit for that. No, because I mean, like, I can't enjoy it because I'm a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
Huge. And I get shit. I'll ask you your opinion about this. A huge baseball fan. I did theater for years and years, traveled around TBS. The Braves run
Yep.
TBS. I'm a Braves fan from it. I mean, I was hardcore Braves fan. Then I moved to Southern California and said, I'm not leaving Southern California. And at that point, this was like in between TBS and when you could watch every game on the planet, now on the MLB thing. I couldn't watch the game. I'm like, what am I going to go back? My parents moved away from Atlanta. My sister moves away. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I love baseball. First thing I did is I got tickets at Chavez Ravine, and I became a Dodgers fan. And I just was like, I want to go, and I'm going to invest in the team.
You're
I'm going to root for the team.
Yeah.
I'm a what?
Seamhead.
It's an expression
you love
for
baseball.
a giant baseball fan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm a Dodgers guy now. I mean,
So
like,
you
because I
can't take credit. That's fair.
Yeah, so I
think
can't
that's
take
fair.
credit for the Braves.
Yeah, but you are going to
Not
win.
credit. That
You're
was
going to
the
win the Bulldogs are going to win, and the Packers are going to win. You also
hope so.
don't. You get to wear the same G on everything you.
Isn't that work out?
Yeah,
well?
is
our
nice.
producer Bubba, who's colorblind, wouldn't know which team, which day of the
You
week
don't know
it
which
was.
one this is?
You wouldn't know which day of the week it was, depending on what hat you're wearing.
It's gray. They're always gray.
It's all gray.
All right. Well, Brian, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Everyone go by Welcome to Dunder Mifflin, the ultimate oral history of The Office. We love the show.
This is like the perfect holiday present.
It
right
is.
here. If
Do you
know
guys
anybody
plan that?
It
likes
is.
that.
Well, two things. One, I'll tell you this because I think this is what is cool about actual books. Because people are like, books? But
Yeah, no, that's what we say.
We
Yep.
went through. I went through thousands and thousands of pictures that were like in the basement collecting dust.
Picture book.
And so there are over 100 pictures in the book that have never been seen anywhere before.
You should have said that from the start.
Yeah.
Just be like,
it's
hey,
a picture
guys,
book.
pictures.
There's a color.
It's a picture book.
Guys, you like pictures? It also has, I'll say this right now, very big text. The pages, you can read a lot of pages quickly.
I'm just going to say right now, that is the perfect bathroom book.
Bathroom book?
This book was meant to be read in the bathroom.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a compliment.
Yes.
Thank you.
That actually is
it's
the highest
it's
of
the only
compliments.
place that I read.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's the highest of compliments.
Yes.
There it is. Go buy it, though. Thank you. You're always welcome back.
I thank you. It's nice to be in here. Now I'll have better expectations next time about what my surroundings will be.
I think actually the nice part about doing this car wash here is the studios get cleaner and cleaner as you go. So this is the worst it's going to get.
I love it.
Yeah. You're just going to keep going up from here.
There is, by the way, guys, just to be clear, can we zoom in on that? There is a stack of laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Just dirty clothes.
No, it's not
This
dirty.
is the thing.
Well, you caught us in an office.
In my-
I
it's
just
in the
want to
middle
say
of my
this. This is what I'm.
groceries.
When I talk about the studio, it doesn't have to be fancy. I'm looking at. There's just dust bunnies everywhere. I mean, just everywhere.
Sounds like you're judging.
There's dirty clothes.
Sounds
and
like you're judging.
there is a stack of cables unplugged into anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Those are very important.
You never know.
You
There you
never
have it.
know.
And these smell clean.
Yep.
Ish.
They look clean.
That one smelled clean.
all right.
Yes.
I
All
need
right.
I need to get some Barstool gear before I leave.
Yes.
We got you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Brian Baumgartner was brought to you by our great friends over at ZipRecruiter. If you're a business owner, it can be tough to hire top talent for your team, especially when you're competing with other businesses to find the right people. If you're Michael Scott, you need a Kevin. You need an accounting whiz. Where you're going to find a great recruit like that? Well, you're going to use ZipRecruiter.com, and you're going to go to ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. You can get a hiring edge there. They have invite to apply at ZipRecruiter. When you post a job on ZipRecruiter, you start getting the most qualified people sent to you pretty quickly. Then you can easily review recommended candidates and invite your top choices to apply with one click. Next Key Marketing Manager Aaron Hartje loves to invite to apply. She said, they get my job posting in front of the right people. I instantly see great candidates, and I can invite them to apply to my job. In fact, according to ZipRecruiter internal data, on average for 2020, jobs where employers use ZipRecruiter's invite to apply get 2.5 times more candidates, which helps make for a faster hiring process. Take it from Aaron, who says, you can basically tell ZipRecruiter who you need when you need it, and they deliver. See for yourself. Just go to this exclusive web address. It's ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. You can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now, here's Pitt quarterback Kenny Pickett.
And now for something completely different.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Panthers, Kenny Pickett, also winner of my game of the year. So thank you. I know you probably can't talk gambling, but did you know that you won my game of the year? Did you know afterwards? Like, I know beating UNC is big, but winning me the game of the year was a lot more important.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew before the game. I had some buddies send me, actually, that we were the game of the year. My friends are pretty ruthless, so they had to make sure that I knew about that before the game started. And then I saw some of your tweets during the game, and I had to send you one. I was congratulating you on the game of the year, so it was a win-win all around.
Yeah, it was a great game, great season so far. I was very, very nervous, but I think are we in the trust tree right now?
We're in the trust tree, absolutely.
I think the two gloves make me nervous, man. The two gloves make me nervous. Can you talk to us why you're a two-glove quarterback? I think that you're a very, very good quarterback, and I've watched a lot of Pitt football this year, and you guys have been playing very well. But in that Clemson game was great. But for some reason, two-glove quarterbacks always make me nervous in big moments.
In big moments?
Yeah.
Where's the translation in that?
I don't know. I think it's like you just can't feel like what happened.
Like the ball sticks to the hand.
Yeah, something like you're going to do like a tuck rule almost at the worst possible time.
I think I don't know. I just have a better grip with it. It was something that I did when I was younger, got away from it, and then it came back in college actually against UNC 2 years ago. Was really, I think, the second time I did in college, but after that game I stuck with it. It's been working ever since, so I'm just gonna ride it out.
Okay, all right. So if you're comfortable, I'm comfortable, but I just had to get that out there because I don't know what it is. I think the PFT nailed it. It's like at the worst possible time, boom, you try to throw and it just sticks to it.
I just always assume that if a quarterback's got a glove on his throwing hand, first of all, I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback with two gloves win a Super Bowl.
Oh.
We'll have to do some deep numbers on that, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't happened. Yeah. But I just always assume that like the small touch passes, there's just like that fraction of an inch between your skin and the ball. I like skin on skin. And so I feel like you're losing some of the sensation that you might feel in your fingertip against the skin of the football when you throw it.
Right. I mean, that all definitely adds up and makes sense. I haven't run into that issue yet. But if I bump into it, I'll probably take the gloves off.
The other thing is the long hair, which, listen,
I love it.
I love long hair. I personally have long hair. I think it's a good look, but it's another thing that we've talked about on the show probably too much is that long hair quarterback Super Bowls, that whole thing. Are you gonna continue to grow it out, or are you gonna trim it up once you get drafted?
So the long hair is good or not good?
From a visual standpoint, it's good. From a me thinking you can win a Super Bowl standpoint, not so good.
What if we send the trend of it being good? We could start it here on the show.
I'd be down for that, or cut into a mullet. Have you considered the mullet?
It's been up for discussion. I think there's a lot of people in my family, especially my girlfriend, that would not be a fan of it. But I think we can definitely talk about that after the season going into next year.
So this year's been great. I think you're an awesome story because like what happens every year in the draft, you get guys who kind of come out of nowhere a little bit later, late bloomers. Has there been a moment in the last year or so where you're like, oh, I'm actually now going to be a high draft pick? Because I know for the majority of your career in college, it was like, yeah, Kenny Pickett might get drafted, but he's not going to be a first rounder. Now it looks like you're going to be a first rounder. Have you had that like light bulb? Oh, fuck, this is getting really real.
I'd say so. I mean, it's built kind of like week by week. It's just gotten bigger and bigger. And absolutely. I mean, that was the reason I came back. The whole goal was, to be able to win a championship and come back and go in that first round. I think a lot of guys have that kind of goal when they do this. I don't think I'm the first to obviously, forego the draft and come back. And I'm excited the way it's going. I just hope we can finish it the right way.
So when you were making the decision to come back, what did agents and everyone tell you? Like, what did they say? What round you would most likely go in if you went to the draft last year?
Yeah, I mean, everything I was hearing from agents, coaches, some NFL personnel and ex-players, and obviously, I had Peyton Manning gave me some advice and he got some information for me, and everything I was hearing was 4 or 5, round 4 and 5, and the thing that made me come back, Peyton was just like, do you see yourself as that kind of player? And the easy answer was no. I just wanted to bet on myself and come back for one more.
That's awesome, and it was a great bet because obviously you're having a great season. But I think it's you see a lot of times guys being like, fuck it, I want to just go to the NFL, or I don't really trust that people are analyzing me correctly. I'm going to be a second-round guy. And you're like, no, I'm going to bet on myself at college football and see where this takes me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think guys, it's such an emotional decision. I think the best thing that I did with the decision was kind of take the emotion out of it and look at it as a business standpoint. Like, I'm here, but so everyone has me here. I got to come back and play at a higher level in order to even be in that discussion where I feel like I should be. So once I kind of sat down and kind of looked at it as like a number standpoint and what makes sense and what's the best for my career, in my family, and that was kind of an easy decision.
So I want to go back a little bit to your childhood growing up playing sports, because I read that you started out playing soccer when you were a kid. Might be a red flag, some people might say, but you had to quit soccer because you were too physical. Is that true?
That was true. I was it was like an indoor soccer league. We had this like bubble, like 10, 15 minutes from my house. It was like a rec league. And definitely got, so I had to sit out a couple games. The soccer career was short-lived, so I hope that eliminates the one red flag there.
And so then obviously you progress playing football and you become friends with Peyton Manning. That's pretty cool that you get to be like, yeah, Peyton's just wait, I got to take this. It's Peyton. Did you go to the Manning Academy? Did you go to his camps?
Yeah, I went there twice. So that's kind of how the relationship started. And I was there this past summer. And I know his dad Archie, and we text once in a while. He'll send me some stuff, so it's a really cool relationship.
So I bring up his name because our friend Billy Football here, he just texted the group and said, "Good news, Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl wearing 2 gloves."
Oh, yeah, in the rain. Was it in the rain or was it? No, probably not in the rain one.
That was the Seattle one.
It was probably the one in
that one.
Yeah, but in the against
the Panthers.
The Panthers.
That wasn't the rain though. No, I was.
No,
there.
the rain was obviously against the Bears. But I'm saying, when did he?
He was wearing it because of his neck surgery.
The Broncos. Yeah,
Broncos,
he did become a 2-glove guy. Roethlisberger's been a 2-glove guy at times. Brady's been a 2-glove guy at times. So yeah, we can. I just
Kurt
was
Warner.
always
Kurt Warner too, right?
Kurt Warner, yeah. I've always just been nervous
fair.
that the ball is going to get stuck and you're going to be standing there like, fuck, the ball's stuck in my hand at the worst possible time.
I know exactly
do you
what
think
you're talking
God
about
was
the rain.
involved in that game against UNC? Because I do.
After
my
I
game
threw
of the
my
year.
touchdown and I got off to the sideline.
Yes.
And I was sitting on the bench. I looked at the other quarterbacks and I was just like, thank God we had the ball first. Like it was actually insane. As soon as they got we finished up, there was it was coming down pretty hard, but nothing like it was when they got the ball.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. The wind shifted. It was you couldn't get a read on the wind. It was unreal.
I wish I had known God was gonna. It was like a tag team. I tagged God in at the end. I would have made it the game of a lifetime if I had known God was gonna get involved. But shout out the big man upstairs for helping me out in overtime. It's got to be so annoying when you throw a pick, right? I mean, we got to at least address it.
I knew this is what I was waiting for. I knew the last name was going to come up in this discussion.
I mean, come on, when you had Chris Blewett and Kenny Pickett, your Blewett your kicker and Kenny Pickett your quarterback. Like I think it's lame at this point, but have you gotten to a point where it's like, maybe I'll just change my name. Maybe I'll be something else.
I mean, the good news about the Blewett and my last name, we weren't here together. We were kind of, so all Pitt fans had Blewett for 4 and they had me for 4. So I guess they were blessed with 8 years of unfortunate names at certain positions. But no, I'm gonna keep the name and hopefully throw as less minimum interceptions I possibly can to kind of limit limit I'm sure Twitter goes nuts about it too.
Yeah, that probably has an impact, like a small impact on your decision making. Is like my last name is people are going to absolutely roast me if I throw an interception, so I better be careful.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to think about.
You should do like one of your big first ad deals that you do when you go to the NFL is like just legally change your name to Touchdown, Kenny Touchdown, and you can get it. I'll sponsor. I don't know what we'd sponsor there,
or just change your middle name.
Yeah,
to You'll Never.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a loophole. That's a good loophole.
That's really good.
I got a very important question to ask you. So you played behind Ben DiNucci, James Madison University legend, when he was at Pittsburgh. How much did you learn from Ben, and have you been in touch with Ben about his burgeoning NFL career?
Yeah, I learned a lot from Ben. I had Ben and Max Brown actually. When I was a true freshman, they both were here. Max started. He ended up getting injured. Ben came in, and then I came in at the end of the year too. So I had two older guys that were here to kind of learn from, and I took a lot from both of their games. And obviously then Ben went on to James Madison. Now he's in the league doing good things. So yeah, he was definitely a great guy to learn from.
I feel like quarterbacks that stick around at Pitt, they develop in a different way from quarterbacks that might just play like 1 or 2 seasons elsewhere, because in your home stadium, there's just so much weird shit that happens there between the wind, the turf by the end of the field. Is it more of an advantage for you, like knowing where the wind's coming from in the stadium, or which sections of the turf are going to be absolutely chewed up from Big Ben by the end of September?
I mean, I'd say both. The wind is tough. I mean, I would say it's tougher for kickers. But I definitely the field I think is an advantage. I think teams come in. I always watch them in warm-ups, kind of like walk every inch of the field. Like somehow they think that's going to help them. I mean, you just got to know it's just not a great surface, and you just got to play. You just have to know that when you're making your cuts and everything. But I think it definitely gets in their heads when they're walking around pregame.
Is Dan Marino a mentor of yours?
I wouldn't say mentor. I mean, we talk, every once in a while. Coming on visits as a high school recruit, that's the guy that you chase when you see all the records on the wall and stuff. So now that I'm starting to see my name next to his, it's an unbelievable feeling. I know he was on part of it too, right?
Yeah, no, he was on part of my take. Guest. Yeah, he was in the van. He had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
I heard. Yeah, I had to watch that one.
He was totally fun. Now, this is something I always think about when I think about college football and handicapping games. The color schemes and the jerseys. When did you guys officially make the switch to the blue and the yellow scheme you have right now? Because it's a classic. I don't know why Pitt ever went away from it. Was that just this year that you did it consistently?
No, I agree. So it started in 2019, and we started to wear like throwbacks.
Yeah.
In 2016 when I was getting recruited, I think was the first year they started to mix it in. But I mean, it's kind of like no one has these colors.
Yes.
So when TV on, you see these colors like that's Pitt. Pitt's playing, so I think it's something pretty special.
It's awesome. I would imagine you guys play better in the jersey. You've only worn this jersey color this year, right?
Yes, and we have like these Steel City uniforms that I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, it looks like Army. It looks like it's just not us. I think it was a good idea. Everyone's hearts are in the right place, but I think we just stick with these colors. We'll be all right.
Yeah, the colors that Pitt has are like some of the best color combinations in all of college football. It drove me insane when you'd wear the dark navy and like the gold. I thought that was just the worst. Mm-hmm. So you're on the right path.
Do you use the word yins?
Yins. We'll like mess around. Guys who aren't from here will mess around and say it. My roommate's Australian. We'll try and throw it in there a little bit, but I have a bunch of Pittsburgh friends, and they say it, and it just kind of rolls off the tongue for them regular.
Yeah, I feel like if you're playing for Pitt, you're allowed to use the word yins, or you're from the Pittsburgh area, but you can't say it as an outsider.
No, and I feel like I can't go back to Jersey and say it. No one would have any idea what I'm saying.
Yeah. Does Dave Wanstead ever call you up?
No, I never had a chance to talk to Coach, but he's actually been like a pretty big supporter. On TV, on Twitter, so definitely appreciate him.
Wait, so from Jersey playing at Pitt, have you changed your allegiance to Sheets?
I mean, I'm not a huge. I mean, Wawa is good. I don't have an allegiance to either one of them, honestly. I don't really go there. If I want like a nice sandwich at home, like there's delis that are just way better.
Oh wow!
So I stick with the local spots.
You piss some people off with that. What's your hand size?
I can't give you a legit number. I'll wait till
So big? It's so big, can't be measured?
We could go with that.
Would you say
start that narrative? That narrative for me going into the draft day. That'll be great.
We don't have the ability to measure his hands. They're so big. Would you say they're on the bigger or smaller side?
In the middle.
Okay, that makes me think smaller.
You know, you can get massages. There are different exercises you can do to actually make your hand. What is it? Your hand span longer. Have you done those?
Yeah. Thumb to pinky. No, I've never done it. I'm sure I will be getting involved with them as soon as the season's over. But I know that's a huge concern for everyone. If the pass 45 yards on a rope and I throw 45 yards on a rope, it doesn't say like from a small hand.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The weirdest thing.
It is. But that's just draft nerds are the weirdest people in the world.
It's so odd. The things I get tagged in, and then like it says like draft expert, and you look, it's like 105 followers. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, why are you? But yeah, it is what it is.
How far can you throw a football?
Far, probably 65.
Okay, that's not bad. What's your projected 40?
People think I'm slow, but I think I'm going to be in like the low 4.6s, high 4.5s.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're slow. I think you actually have like probably the two gloves is what makes people think you're slow. If we're actually breaking it down,
sneaky. You're going to say sneaky fast?
No, but I'm thinking about it. Like we found out that there are Super Bowl winners who have worn two gloves. I can guarantee you that there's no fast guys that have worn two gloves.
Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to think of some.
Yeah,
no. So
that's what.
But Big Ben did, and that's back when Big Ben had
Teddy.
Teddy is not fast. Teddy is not fast
at all. Big Ben has functional athleticism. That's what you should like. You're almost too fast to have functional athleticism. You have deceptive speed at this point. You're in like the Justin Herbert range.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll live with that. I'll take that. If Mike Vick wore two gloves, though, I'm out of the discussion. That's for sure. Definitely not in that category.
All right, so my last question, which is the most important question because you're going to get drafted in the first round. Congratulations on that. How much do you want to pay us to be Kenny Pickett defenders? Now, we've done this for other people. We've done it for Josh Allen, Blake Bortles, Baker Mayfield. We have a whole resume, binders full of quarterbacks that we will defend and never bash. Like certain teams that haven't won a game in the NFL this year, notice we have never said a bad word about the quarterback there because he's a good friend and we would never do that. So we can be bought. Just think about how much you want to pay us.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely think about it. All I need is like a part of my take shirt or hat or something. I don't know.
Done.
If you guys,
I think we can make that happen. Okay.
Would love some merch, rock some merch. We could definitely get a deal going.
Done.
Yeah. Okay. Sold.
We'll defend you. We will defend you against everyone. I mean, listen, I was going to defend you anyway because you won my game of the year. So I am forever indebted to you because there's nothing better than winning a game of the year and being like 1-0 in game of the years.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Will there be another game of the year? I heard there's rumors going around that there may be another game of the year.
There might be because winning a game of the year is a great thrill because everyone just compliments you about your game of the year. And to go 2-0 on game of the years would be pretty incredible.
First time ever, probably.
Yeah, there might be. You know what? I might wait until you guys see where you guys play a bowl game, maybe ACC championship game. That might be a rollover game of the year. The Kenny Pickett Memorial, not that you're dead, game of the year.
I was about to say, if it's us and we go 2-0, that's great. But if you lose and you pick somebody else, that makes us look probably like 100 better in your eyes.
That's true.
If I were you, Big Kid, I would bet on somebody else for your second game of the year. That way he can leave college as being the only person that's undefeated in Big Cat games of the year.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah. A lot of good ideas.
Scouts will like that. Scouts will like that a lot.
Yes.
Do you know who the scouts are in the stands? Like, do you know where they sit? And you're like, I got to make sure that I look really good when they're watching me.
No, I mean, they come to practice, and it's funny because like we do like center quarterback exchange, we call it, and then I'll throw like 10 yards, and there's like at the UNC game there was like 15 or 20 of them standing there. I'm just curious as to how much they can get out of the 10-yard like warm-up toss.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, they're there for a reason, so they're getting some kind of information.
I had one last question. So this is more about the Manning Academy stuff. Is there something tangible that you've learned that they like fixed in you, where you go to the camp and then they watch you throw, and like Peyton Manning gives you a piece of advice and it's like, hey, I've noticed that you do this. you should change it, and then you've adopted that?
That's a great question. I would say
Great
it's never
question.
medical stuff. They do a lot. I mean, we have a chance to ask them questions for like an hour, and we go over like, their off-season routine, how they prepared for games. That was kind of the biggest thing that I took from it the first time I went. And I kept that same notebook, and I brought it back the second time, and I was able to add to that. And that's kind of really taken my like preparation week by week, I'd say, to the next level, just listening to how Peyton and Eli prepared in the NFL.
I love it. Well, Kenny, best of luck. I just love the idea of a professional quarterback named Kenny. I think it's fucking awesome. Kenny Stabler, obviously, Snake. So best of luck. Thank you again for winning my game of the year. Actually, you got to come back and come in person after the Heisman ceremony. You'll be here in New York.
Let's go.
Yes. You better get invited. Kenny Pickett, if we can figure out a way to do a hashtag or stuff some ballots, Kenny Pickett to New York has to happen.
All the ballots.
Yeah, do you have a Heisman moment yet?
Yeah, my game of the year.
The softball question.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
It was the game of the year.
Kenny Heisman.
Yeah, Kenny Heisman, game of the year.
Here it is.
All right, man. Thanks so much. Best of luck.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it for having me on.
See you, man. Kenny Pickett was brought to you by our very, very good friends over at Coors Light. Love Coors Light. Love drinking it. Mountains were blue last night. Billy and I went out for some Korean barbecue. The mountains were very blue at the barbecue station. It's delicious. It's always good. It's the official beer of college football, the official beer of Part of My Take, and it's the official beer of chilling out. When everything's go, 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 it's nonstop hustle all the time. You got work, friends, family, a million pressing social issues. You have to be on 24/7. Sometimes you have to chill. Coors Light is made to chill. We love Coors Light. You know what I really love to do with Coors Light? It's about that time of year. Put it outside. Leave the case of beer outside. Let nature turn the mountains blue. It's God's refrigerator out there. Love Coors Light. Love it especially when you're pulling out of the snow. Love it when you're watching college football, when you're watching NFL football. No matter what, Coors Light is mountain cold refreshment, and it's always made to chill. It's the one that I choose when I need to unwind. So when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or with the Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, we're going to wrap up the show with a little Wednesday reading. We've alluded to it. It is from our friend Dan Orlovsky. He dropped this blog. Now, I like Dan. This isn't supposed to be mean towards Dan. I actually think that because we're going to bust his balls here, that means he's a friend of ours. But I still don't really understand where it came out of left field, and we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, it would honestly be it'd be omission.
Yes.
People would be like, why haven't you talked about the Dan Orlovsky blog yet? And frankly, I'll talk about any Dan Orlovsky blog.
Yes.
If he wants to write up a blog telling me about like maybe why certain quarterbacks in the NFL are overrated this year, I'll read that.
I also like the fact that Dan Orlovsky thinks Matt Nagy is being criminal towards Justin Fields. So he will always have a special place in my heart. And he's always, you know what? We'll extend, because we're gonna bust them up a good one. Just guys just busting each other up. I'll officially extend the offer if Dan Orlovsky wants to come on and talk quarterbacks and also how to not cheat on your wife.
Or jack off.
And
you know what? We can present a counterpoint article. 4 ways to jack off on the road in hotels.
To him. So
hotels,
when he comes on, we will tell him how we play offense by jerking off all the time.
So it's 4 ways to avoid temptation. First of all, right off the bat, guys love lists. So he has my attention.
Oh, right off the bat, not only do guys love lists, but guys love analogies. So we start with, in the NFL, I skipped the first part, but in the NFL, while defense is important, you won't win if you never score. And it's always easier to score while you're on offense. Well, that's true. With temptation being on offense,
unless Dan Orlovsky is playing quarterback on the other team.
True. We had to get that one in there.
Sorry, Dan.
He actually handles it well now. I think there was a moment in time where it bothered him, but I think he's on the other side of that.
He's like, I got to own it.
Well, you can easily own it by being like, I was in the NFL.
Right.
Like, that's kind of the trump card on all losers on Twitter, being like, well, I got played to play football.
I played for 11 years in the NFL.
Yeah,
pretty good trump card. Yeah,
that's a trump card. So with temptation, being on offense is about avoiding temptation. How can you avoid temptation rather than put yourself in a position to have to resist it? Here are 4 ways to avoid temptation. Number 1, focus on knowing yourself. I've found that if I know my biggest struggles, I'm more likely to avoid them. What do you struggle with most? Whether it's temptation to get more money, more power, or more sex, it's important to be honest with yourself about it. Okay?
All right, my only qualm with this is that if you take knowing yourself in the biblical sense, like Adam knew Eve, etc., he's just talking about jacking off.
Yes.
It's important to know yourself, which I agree with, Dan.
I do too. I also, it's a little, again, this came out of left field, this blog, so I have to just say, like, the only temptations he listed were money, power, and sex.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Dan?
Well, money, power, sex, those are like the hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
That's the top, like if it's the food pyramid, that's the good part. That's the sweets, oils, and fats, baby.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't even realize this. So we'll have to, this is just going to be this is probably going to be a recurring segment now because there's a hyperlink on more sex. So it's money, power, or more sex. Hyperlink more sex. It goes to an article that says 10 practical ways to battle your sexual temptations.
No, I've been clicking
1,
all the
jerk off.
Yeah, I've been clicking all the hyperlinks already. I pre-clicked them, and some of them link to more all-pro dad articles.
Got it.
Not by Dan though, by other people.
Got it.
So that's not a Dan take.
Quick, 10 practical ways to battle your sexual temptations. 1, jerk off. 2, get so fat that your testosterone is limited and you don't even want to move.
I would say 3, fall asleep after jerking off.
Yes. 4, smoke some weed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because then you'll just probably be too lazy to have sex or jerk off.
5, blog. Become a full-time blogger.
6, bet the over on a game.
Yep.
That's just like jerking off if you hit it.
7, just don't jerk off.
8, listen to part of my take.
Yep.
9,
I think that's it. Those are the only ways to avoid temptation.
9, wet dream.
9, okay.
Wet dream.
Good job. Hand job
Wet
from
dream.
God.
Yep.
10, grow your hair out really long and don't shave for a while. It's really easy
No one
to
will
avoid.
even come close to jerking you off.
It's really easy to avoid sexual temptation that way.
All right, so we're back to the regular article, the main article. If you know what you struggle with, you're better equipped to avoid it. I don't personally struggle with pornography. Again, I'm just going to throw a flag. Dan, you just wrote this blog out of nowhere, and you said you don't struggle with pornography. I'm sorry, but you're a porn guy.
Well, who struggles with pornography? Pornography is the easiest thing to not struggle with.
What if your Wi-Fi is not strong enough and it's like the actual video's not loading?
You don't get the preview?
Yeah, it's not buffering correct, so it's kind of blurry. That's a struggle with pornography.
Hank's got...
I don't think porn works on Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I always go no Wi-Fi.
Interesting.
I respectfully disagree.
But that would be...
I've had this problem where I'm like, it's buffering. I'm like, it's fucking Wi-Fi. They don't want me to... So I just get off the Wi-Fi.
Here's a struggle with pornography
I've
that
had
I
this
have.
conspiracy for a while.
Sometimes when the thumbnail is different than what the actual video is, and you're like, I was sold a weird bill of goods here. That's a struggle.
That's a big one. Sometimes when you click on something and then it's like stepbrother and stepsister.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I didn't sign up for that.
Yes.
But they're just hammering that into us these days.
When occasionally I'll struggle where they change the angle of the scene at an inopportune time to what you're doing. You know, where it's like, hey, now it's just everyone's asshole.
Or it's the guy.
And I'm like I'm almost there, Dan.
The old school porn, it was the guy's face when he was popping. It's like that's I don't need that close up.
There are struggles. So there are struggles.
Well, another big struggle with pornography that I've seen a couple times, or my friends have told me about from them watching porn, is there's a kind of porn out there where a girl just gets like stuck in a window, but she's very obviously not stuck in a window, but she's pretending that like her hands are stuck, and then a guy comes in, she's naked, she's like, oh, get me unstuck.
Right.
There's a whole unstuck thing.
Unstuck.
Yeah.
But
and the best videos are at the bottom, but they're not even videos.
Yeah. That's true.
That's another struggle.
But this is, again, it's just a little weird to be like, hey, guys, just wanted to drop this blog out of nowhere saying I don't struggle with pornography, but here we are.
It's me, Dan Orlovsky. Do you also have problems with the try not to come challenge?
Okay, you don't struggle with pornography. All right. But he said, but I know a lot of guys who do. Us, we just listed all of the ways. If you're one of them, be honest with yourself about your wandering eyes so you can fight that battle. I don't think porn is a wandering eye thing.
No, my eyes are locked in one location.
Yeah. Also, is that like, is it cheating on your wife if you watch porn? Yes.
If you know the woman
Yes.
that's in the porn.
Yes.
If you're friends.
If you've ever bought her something from her Amazon gift list, then that's cheating.
If you own her lower body in a sex doll form.
If you ever paid money to Skype with her.
Yes, then
it's
those
cheating.
are all cheating.
All right, but he says I know a lot of guys who did. If you're one of them, be honest with yourself about your wandering eyes so you can fight that battle. Remember, you don't get points for having temptation. You win by avoiding it. I'm gonna politely disagree on this one. I think watching porn is totally normal.
Also, if you're in a committed relationship and you are challenged with temptation and you overcome it, aren't you running up the score against temptation at that point?
Yeah.
Like if you're afraid of temptation, you're like, you don't want to play against them.
Right.
They're saying anytime, anywhere.
Right.
And you're ducking temptation.
So stiff breeze and temptation shows up.
Yeah, exactly. You're scheduling cupcakes if you're not going up against temptation.
Do you think Dan is like when he slips up with the porn thing, he's like, listen, honey, I want to talk to you about something serious.
He calls her.
I went on UJIS last night. Like, all right, well, let's do some counseling over this.
Do we have any Catholics in the room? Billy? I've always wondered how confession goes. If you have to confess your sins, do you have to like give the priest the entire rundown of like, well, first I went to ujiz.com.
So there's a website called Blacked.
But then I left because they didn't have. I've already seen all the 8th Street Latina videos on the front page. So then I went over to Pornhub. And that's really what did the trick. Or can you just say, I've been tempted and I failed?
Billy lies in confession.
Yeah, I don't know why
it's his practice for lying. Priest is like, you don't have to lie, Billy. He's like, oh shit. Billy, have you done confession recently?
Not in a long time.
Okay. Was that a lie?
No.
Okay. All right. Number 2, focus on staying busy. I travel most weeks for work. While I'm on the road, I will purposely leave work to do while I'm in my hotel room. So he leaves himself some extra work. During these times, I'm intentionally guarding against having idle time. I know myself, so I'm guarding against the temptation to lay around doing nothing and allowing my mind to wander to a place that it shouldn't. Again, this is like, dude, the best part about being on the road is you can just lay in your hotel bed, jerk off, and get room service. That's awesome.
Falling asleep after jacking off in a hotel room is maybe the best feeling ever.
There's a reason why every hotel room has lotion. No one has lotion.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel rooms have lotion.
I don't think I've ever purchased lotion in my life.
No, hotel rooms are basically, it's like a mini jerk-off station. They're like, here it is.
Yeah, it's a private
DIY.
It's a do-it-yourself amusement park.
Yeah. All right, so I try to do stuff related to my family. I'll busy myself with reviewing my kids' schedule, scroll through old photos of my wife and kids on my phone, or even order flowers for my wife. The point is to keep your focus. Sometimes keeping your focus is as simple as staying busy. Now, I'll defend Dan on this. When I am on the road, I will oftentimes like look at old pictures of my family just because I miss them. But that also doesn't stop. Like, it's not temptation driven. Mm-hmm. It's just I love my family and I wish I was with them. It's not like, oh, I'm thinking about option 1, I'm going to go fuck some random person, or option 2, look at pictures of my kids. I just look at pictures of my kids because I love my kids.
Right. Dan is basically saying that if I'm left to my own devices in a hotel room, I'm going to do something bad.
Like, if I don't have pictures of my kids.
He's constantly guarded. He has to remind himself that he has a family.
Right.
The entire time to not be tempted. Like I'm saying, Dan, sometimes you got to meet temptation head on, know that you can conquer it.
Oklahoma drill with temptation.
Yeah, me versus you, hat on a hat. And then the next sentence, he says, you got to focus on a hobby, or maybe you can just take a walk outside. Mm-hmm. I'm just imagining Dan in a hotel room just sweating, just like shaking because he's got this urge to just touch himself. And he's like, I need to take a cool down walk outside.
Yeah,
he's just always pacing.
Every single trip I've ever taken on the road for work is basically the exact same thing. Show up to the hotel, clog the toilet, have to call down, tell them to unclog the toilet, lay in my bed for a while, maybe with a dip in, be like, text you guys being like, where should we get dinner? Go get dinner, go back to my hotel, watch whatever game I'm gambling on, fall asleep, jerk off, fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the exact playbook. And there's never a moment where I'm like, where's the strange?
I feel like most middle-aged men would look at that as the best vacation.
I do not need to stay busy. I actually love not being busy when I'm on the road. So he says, take a walk. If you don't want the temptation to follow you around, don't act as if you're interested in being tempted at all the time. The dad who stays busy will win over the dad who's teetering on the edge of temptation all day. I will. Dan Orlovsky from afar seems like a very, very good dad. I think he coaches his kids so that's nice that he's throwing that out there. Although I always wonder, do you think his kids one day will read this and be like, what's going on here?
Yeah, maybe. And the part where he changes it up. So this started out as a battle, like you're playing a football game against temptation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's changed in this last section. It's now the dad who stays busy will win over the dad who's teetering on the edge of temptation.
Which,
all day.
Again... Are you teetering, Dan? Because you offered this.
So he's saying that now it's a dad against dad competition.
Right.
He who abstains the longest without coming is actually the better dad.
Yes.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. Phillip Rivers would probably beg to differ with that.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So number 3, focus on being in a community. When I'm traveling, I'm usually on the road with a group of people. Even in the studio, there are lots of people around. So I'll often go out with a group to enjoy dinner rather than be alone. We'll tour a stadium or finish more preparation for work. And when I say I'm with a group, I mean group. John Kitna, noted porn PSA guy. Oh, no, that was Josh McCown.
Yeah.
John Kitna taught me to never be one-on-one with a female.
That's how you know that we're getting into the real meat of the take. Once the word female makes its first appearance.
You can't be alone with a female because you'll probably fuck.
Yeah, these hoes crazy is what Dan's saying.
Do you think he's been one-on-one with a female and been like, I need to excuse myself?
It's the Mike Pence rule, yeah. If mother's not around, I cannot dine with you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I actually think it's a pretty normal thing to be one-on-one with a female. You're essentially cutting out 50% of the people that you can interact with if you have this rule. And most normal people, when they're hanging out with a female, aren't thinking, this is a bad thing that I shouldn't be doing. Because if you think it's a bad thing to be hanging out with a girl, in reality, you're acknowledging the fact that the girl is just a complete source of temptation for you, and not just like, hey, I'm talking with a girl.
You acknowledge that penis goes in vagina.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it's boiling down to.
That's the subtext of any time Dan is talking with a girl. It's like,
P&V.
Like, physically, we could... It fits.
It does. Yeah, these pieces go together. Dan should have gone to Purdue. That should have been the whole blog. I should have attended Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
Never alone with a girl there. All right, so sorry if you Purdue fan, if you thought that you weren't going to get a shot randomly. Here it is. All right, so 4, focus on your family. Often I'm in my hotel. Oh, no, wait, there's more to 3.
Yeah.
Sorry. The point is, the less time I have alone, the better, and that's true for all of us. Most guys I talk to fall into temptation when they're alone. The key might be spending your time around more people who will build you up. Find a group that has similar interests and spend time with them. You'll keep busy and be in a community. Double win. There is a double win.
Okay.
There.
Well, it's also, he's saying that you fall into temptation when you're alone, but you can't go out, and if you leave your hotel room and on your walk you see a woman who's also taking a walk.
But that's outside.
Yeah, but you're still alone with a woman walking.
No, then you're with God.
Okay, got it. But if
God
you
lives outside.
in the hallway, you step in the hallway, there's a woman
That's
in
a
the hallway.
problem.
Do you sprint back in the room?
Go back in.
Or do you, but then you're alone.
Take the stairs.
But then you're alone.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
It's tough.
Box yourself in.
It's tough out there with these females.
Yes. All right. Number 4, focus on your family. Often, if I'm in my hotel just hanging out while traveling, in addition to what I already mentioned, I have a habit of FaceTiming with my wife and kids. I'll call while they're watching TV, playing a game, or hanging out at the house. I'll simply hold the phone and watch them. It's like I'm in the house with them. It's a small way to connect with the people most important in my life and to hold myself accountable. I actually have no problem with this paragraph.
No,
that's
it's nice.
totally normal. I do similar things. That one plays.
It's nice. The only thing is, it could also be read that Dan, whenever he is really feeling the urge, that's when he FaceTimes. And so when you're getting the call from Dan, it's like a
What's going
person
on?
Alcoholics Anonymous calling their sponsor. It's like, I've got a boner. Dan's got a boner again.
Yeah. What's going on here? All right, so whether you travel for work or not, how are you keeping your focus on your family? You can say your family is important, but how do you show it? How are you connecting with them? Avoiding temptation comes down to a battle of your mind and thoughts, so why not focus on your family? The more time your mind is on something other than your temptation, the better. So, again, this was really random.
It came out of nowhere.
It came out of, it felt like, hey guys, I'm having some thoughts about watching some porn. I need to get this off my chest, so I don't.
Yeah, I actually think that most of what he says is harmless, and it sounds
100% harmless.
It sounds like he's being a good dad and a good father, and just trying to be a good person. But I think a lot of us out there, Dan, when I woke up, at least last week on, I think it was Tuesday morning, I was not asking myself, how does Dan avoid jacking off in hotel rooms?
Yep.
But now I'm always going to be wondering that. Like when he's on the road, when they send Dan on assignments, I'm going to be wondering, like, how much time is Dan spending alone? Dan, if you ever need to talk to anybody on the road, just you can tweet at us. We'll have a conversation with you. If you're experiencing temptation, we'll walk you through it. We'll give you some of our advice about how to avoid feeling horny.
Yes. Just call us. Listen to Pardon My Take.
Yeah, you can FaceTime us.
Yeah, if you listen to Pardon My Take, you'll never want to fuck again.
It's a fact.
That's a fact. It is absolutely, it's the anti-testosterone drug.
Just skip guys on chicks.
Yeah. But Dan, we will, this is our official invitation for Dan to come on, and we can give him tips on how to jerk off better. That will be, and then we'll break down some film.
We'll really give you tips about how to destigmatize jacking off to the point where it's not even a sexual thing.
Yes,
it's just like a thing that you do to pass the time.
Also, I noticed
it's a hobby.
I noticed, Dan, you didn't list just watch the All 22. That's pretty. There's a lot of All 22, is there not?
That's probably why he does. Yeah, there's a ton of All 22.
Endless
not enough
amounts
hours.
of All 22.
That's his problem with pornography. Is it doesn't show enough of the actual sex that's going on. You just get the close-ups.
Oh God!
And you're like, oh, I could do that. But then when you see the entire room, you've got the cameraman, you've got the gaffers, all this stuff, the lighting guy, and it's actually a lot more difficult to participate in porn once you see the whole field.
I would like to actually know maybe like a little rating in the bottom right of Dan's breakdown of All 22. Like how horny was he when he was breaking that down?
Carson Wentz,
scale to 1 to 10.
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10. Yes. All right, that is our show. Should we do numbers? Anything else, Billy?
There's a chimpanzee in Spain that's addicted to watching pornography.
Really?
Of the humankind.
Get him this fucking blog.
I'll send it to her.
Her.
all right.
The
Look at
chimpanzee's
that.
a female.
My toxic masculinity showing. Wow.
I respect that.
It's actually a good point. Why didn't Dan write this to women too?
Yeah.
They want to jerk off all the time.
Should we play Brotherhood Bingo?
What number? What do we got for
87.
numbers? Monkey
69.
butt. I want to play monkey butt.
8.
97.
18. 23 is out.
How many numbers we got left, Jake?
6, 20, 22, 26, 27, 29, 49, 51, 76, 78, 81, 88, 97.
How many is that?
13.
97. I'm going to get
Due for
97.
69.
Are we?
87 or 88.
Remember when you stole the ball?
88, 87, 88.
46. That feels like a million times.
We've had that.
Feels like a million times.
You're confusing it with 47, which
Oh,
is the
wow.
7-time champ.
You
46
buffoon.
is now the 4th time, though. So,
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Love you guys.
Talking away, I know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you, shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay. Take on me, take me on. I'll be gone with the whole needless to say, I'm upset, but I'll be stolen away. But then life is okay. Say after me, it's for better to be safe than sorry. Take on me, take me